Alright, I think it's time to get started with everything. One more. Get that off. Alright, well, looks like they're still doing errands and whatnot. You know what, actually, BRB, one more thing I'm gonna grab. Okay, how's everyone doing? We're just doing a little bit of a run around here. Looking around what we have today. 121 players on. This should be fun. Naf's coming in here yelling Scandi #1. Acting like a Brazilian talking about their football team, right? Or like any situation where they talk about Brazil and then you see a Brazilian citizen running and yelling Brazil #1 and all that stuff. Ay, ay, ay. It's good to be prideful, Nafs. Good luck today. Alright. I just wanted to slip on some good socks. How is everyone doing? Wee woo here. We're going to be covering 5 matches of FNF tonight. The 6th one I'm not going to cover because instead I'm going to use that time to prep for the Pay for Pain tonight, because I just don't trust people to enforce the rules here since it's the first DayZ Pay for Pain ever been done, so I want to be a little more defensive about everything. Let's see. I'm trying to find a sticky note, knowing that this is going to be there we go. A Friday Night Fights branch. I always like to have the sticky note ready to go to write down timestamps and whatnot. But we'll see how things go. Though Falcon is best indie. We'll see. I know Falcon, he's not a part of Scandi Recon anymore, so you gotta keep all that separate. But we'll see how things go. Alright. Otherwise, hope you're all doing fine this Friday evening. Here, wait, let me also get that command up on the title. Apparently Falcon's going to be playing in the Warrior, but if Friday Night Fights has shown me anything, they always have not nearly as much ammo as they should in those damn Warriors, because they also rescript them out of the autocannon, so we'll see how that goes. I have no idea where Dreams is today. He might be joining us later, or he's playing. I don't know. I haven't seen him. Might just be taking the day off. I know him and Barb haven't wanted to go try other things, so, you know, good for them.
Whip whoop, hope you enjoy the Operation Liru, and I hope you Liru get a kick out of this Friday Night Fights.
Why is everyone stealing my... Bloodwing stealing my outro here? People stealing what I say to my subs? I mean, it's... I don't even know how to feel. I'm not hurt by it. I'm just like, why? Similar to why there's someone DDoS and everything I do. Just why? I don't know. So Janos V, thanks for the 16-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. We do have the next 3 years of sub badges on, so if you want to see the picture of that, check my Twitter. But I mean, we'll start seeing them more often. I want to say in like maybe a year or two, we'll start seeing the new line of badges and whatnot. Stealing Liru and Thunder, I guess. I personally don't mind either way, so see how that goes. I know Barbarian's actually going to be playing on the ground today, so we'll see how he does with that. It's F and F. Yeah, fair enough. Looks like you're gambling round 1. Fair. I'm going to wait till we get to the map screen before I put a prediction out. It is a weird lineup of Vix. I mean, 2 BTR 40s with 2 BTR 70s and an MI8. I don't know if that MI8's armed or not. It definitely doesn't have any pylons, otherwise it would be a TV3 model. But MI8 could mean it's the transport one with no armament, or it has the 2 or 3 PKT. Not that it really matters, because the UH-1H would be able to hunt it down, as well as there's 3 static M2s on the ground with a warrior. So it just, I don't know. It just seems messy either way, to be honest. Barba's with Scandy because Scandy #1. Fair enough. I know both him and I like to play with you guys when we're on the ground, so it's understandably so. The warrior will not have an autocannon. I know that for a fact, so we just gotta work with that. But usually they only give it like 2 or 3 boxes of 50 cal rounds. So only like 200 or 300 rounds to work with, which is weird, because I originally thought it was because it's treated like a Crow system, it's super OP. Yet we've seen them use Crow system Humvees, and they have multiple 400 round boxes. So I'm like, oh, okay, I don't think they're giving it enough magazines then. Good God. Oh God, Falcon's DMing me, telling me that he gets to Vic Crew Lone Wolf. Oh my God, Falcon, no. Falcon, no. Vic Crew Lone Wolf, I see. Oh. Oh, God. This is a bad idea. Falcon soloing in a warrior. Falcon, yes! He solo crews, I solo cast. That's just how the world works today. The Huey's not going to be a gunship. You rarely see gunships in Friday Night Fights. Once in a blue moon you see them, but the only time I've seen them is when they had, like, flare rockets, which did very little damage. Still were technically HE, but you had to be pretty much getting them right on top of the players to do anything, so. Oh, Don, does that mean you can do the prediction for me when we go into map screen? It's Op 4 versus Blue 4 and Green 4. Oh, the pancakes were amazing. I put pictures of that on Twitter as well, I believe. That was delicious. You couldn't really taste the whiskey, though, thankfully. But how I made the pancakes was I would pour the batter. I'd then put chocolate chips, which when we say chocolate chips, we think of those like little small morsels. No, these were like little pucks. I want to say if you brought your first and your thumb and your index your pointing finger together, which I believe is your index finger. Maybe that's your 4th finger. I don't know. That's your ring finger, whatever. If you brought them together and you made a circle, it's about, I want to say 3/4 of that circle size were these little like chocolate pucks. And then I would layer some batter on top of it so the chocolate never directly touched the stove because then it burns. And then I would cook it till it got bubbly, and then I'd flip it. And I gave it a big portion of maple syrup when I had them all stacked. But I only made 1 plate, and then we split it. But it was like 8 pancakes. No. 5 or 6. But it was delicious. It's delicious. What if we have small fingers? I don't know. I'm trying. Kid Gaming, ops are amazing. Keep up the great work. I'm glad you keep enjoying it, man. I mean, what really makes it is the player base for showing up every time, because if they didn't think the ops were great, then they wouldn't come back, so... I'm just glad I'm able to do well by them. Oh, we had to hit the OK button to push in? That's awkward. Pay for Pain tonight. I'm going to be honest, Pay for Pain is only going to be as awesome as the viewer base makes it. So it's going to be up to you guys to make it awesome. I'm going to have a bunch of caches put around. I'm going to have a few groups of zombies pre-placed, but it's going to be up to you guys to really bully the players here. So, Mission 4 of the Fort Queen and Country campaign. Okay, so this is going to be both British paras and I'd imagine United States forces on Green 4 fighting Soviet troops. So this is going to be a Cold War style operation. Now, in the past, the Soviets have won every single time. All right, this is like phase 4 of everything. Also, Dream, yes, I do miss you. I'm sorry, I'm just going through a lot of stuff right here. So, how many hours? Pay for Pain is going to be probably for 1.5, if not 2 hours. What I'm going to do is I'm going to forego streaming the 3rd round of NA to instead get on the DayZ server and start setting things up. But, you know, it'll just be based off of time. And I know it's a really late Pay for Pain, but the player base wanted to keep it at the 11:30 time slot. I offered to go earlier, but a lot of people wanted to keep it that way, so it's all right. Nafs, you're playing, which means you should get off the stream soon, because I thought I saw you in Scandy's group. Then again, I could be wrong, but you were messaging me earlier in TeamSpeak. Maybe you're not playing, because I actually don't see your name, so I could be wrong. Yeah, he's not playing. Okay. You're everywhere, I see. Do you take Pay for Pain requests early? Yes. Yes, I do. In fact, let me open up my phone. Go to my documents page, and I'm going to put a reserve list on the bottom. So if anything, if you do exclamation point menu, you can see the menu. It also shows you what I'm giving the players, the tankiness that we've set all of these monsters and whatnot. This has been a very extensive list. See, what's also nice about reservations, though, is I can spawn it all beforehand and have it ready to go. So that's part of the fun there. But, yep, I got that list going, so feel free to throw anything up that you want to. But we'll see how things go. But again, in terms of prediction-wise for this round, every time this is mission 4 of this mini campaign they've been doing for this specific type of mission, and every single time the Soviets have won. Every single time Op4 has won. So keep that in mind when you're making your predictions. Because we've seen Scandy on both sides, we've seen Papega on both sides, we've seen key players like Falcon on both sides. Op4 has won every single time. So keep that in mind. That's why they're making Blue 4 and Green 4 just more and more powerful. But you also have to consider one of the major reasons is Op4 have AKMs, and Blue 4 has had L1A1s, which I think have just been replaced with FNFALs, which are bigger bullets, but they're semi-auto. So someone with a full auto AK at CQC is going to defeat someone with an FNFAL L1A1 at close range almost every single time. Unless they're a player like Bay or Falcon that knows how to headshot, like, super quick. But even then, you still have, you know, it's Arma, so you're going to have a little bit of desync back and forth. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I need to go to controls. I need to go to special controls. I need to go TFAR. It's not controls. My bad. It's add-on options. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. But even then, still down here. Probably going to bring all the way down, and I want to turn that on so we can hide that little message down there. But otherwise, let's break down the mission here. So this is made by Banks, one of the veteran mission makers within Friday Night Fights. Background, 21st September 1983. 2 weeks have passed since the latest disastrous British attempt to gain a foothold on the island of Malden. The Prime Minister, in a last-ditch attempt to save face, signed off a covert ops mission to take 2 small settlements on the west of on the west side of the island. It's missing words. In the early hours of the morning, the mission was achieved, completely unopposed by the enemy. He gave up trying to do the foothold. British forces, Blue 4, have disembarked what remains of the battle group and have unloaded the remaining supplies into sites around the town of La Passage. These actions have seen the British fall into a trap set by Soviet forces, who are now mobilizing to strike from 2 bases on the island, destroying their supply and eliminating any chance for them to retake their overseas territories. This is probably going to be the last mission in the campaign, unless the British side wins. The U.S. Army Green Fort has seen through the ambush and have sent a QRF to halt it in its track. Who knows if it will be enough? Bugle blow, trumpets cry, ogre battle, live forevermore. All right. Area of operations. This is potential final mission of the campaign, as I predicted, and as such, it is particularly large scale. Expect a slow build up to a hellish crescendo. All right. So a lot of maneuvering in this scenario is going to be seen. 2 ammo caches to be destroyed by Soviet forces. Soviets going to be on the offense here, which is going to make it a bit tougher. Soviets were always on the defense in this campaign. Now they're forced to be on the offense. Mission variables, full 50-minute round, 900 meters max view distance. Doesn't look like any magnified optics. Usually when it's blank, it means no. Defender points are 150. The default number is usually 125, so we'll be able to build a little more fortifications than usual. And no night vision equipment, because it's meant to be a Cold War style scenario. Blue format is going to be a SMA with 2 HE round, no, 2 AT rounds and 1 HE round. Usually the HE round is listed second. Op 4, 2 AT rounds, 1 HE round. Green 4, only 2 AT rounds. Interesting. Blue 4's uniforms are going to be the paratroopers, British paratroopers with the red berets. Loadouts are going to be FNFALs as their L1A1s, Colt carbines, so they can also have the GL attachments, and then a Browning high power for their secondaries. Machine guns are going to be the light machine gun, the freaking Bren, and then an FN mag for the medium machine gun. Light anti-tank is going to be the M72A Law, and the Recon Sniper, which actually, let's quickly look at the roster here, because usually they don't give... Yeah, so Blue 4 is not going to get a marksman team, or the X-ray group, the sniper group, so we can skip over that. It's going to default probably into Green 4, yeah. For balancing reasons, because those are some pretty powerful kits, they don't give those out to 2 of the teams. So we can skip that for Blue 4. It's just going to be their regular rifles and whatnot. Gruen Aviation, Colt Carbine, and Sterling SMG. Alpha gets access to a mortar with what appears to be HE and smoke shells. Assets, they get the Warrior... it says it has its autocannon. I can assure you it does not have its autocannon. There's no way in hell. Falcon's poking me to say 200 rounds for a Warrior, but give a mobile standardized platform. Yeah. So he only has about 200 HE rounds, and he's going to have 2 800-round boxes of 7.62x51 coax. So that's cute, but I'm glad because he's going to be solo crewing that vehicle. So he's going to pretty much have to treat it like a sniper rifle to really conserve ammo here. It doesn't have the autocannon. Again, it does not have the autocannon. It says it does. Falcon's actually playing that asset right now. He just poked me to say it doesn't. He only has 200 rounds of 12.7 millimeter 50 cal basically, and 2 800-round boxes of the 7.62x51 coax. He does have the smoke screen as well, but you'd have to go into the commander seat to trigger it. And then 3 50 cal statics. Each are going to have 400 rounds to cross 4 belts of or boxes of 50 cal. Op 4, meanwhile, your standard Soviet equipment here, just to break down everything. Platoon lead, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman, assistant, grenadier, grenadier IR, which have the Hunt IR rounds, which are 40 millimeter grenadier rounds you fire in the air. It deploys a parachute with a camera. You can then access that camera, and it has regular vision and night vision, great for getting your bearings. Compared to your position, enemy positions. Machine gunners, machine gunner assistants, combat engineers, guys that can use explosives, light anti-tank, medium anti-tank 1, medium anti-tank 2, recon infantry scouts, the suppressed shooters, designated marksmen, which appears to be an SVD for the Soviets, the dedicated sniper on the X-ray team, crew lead, crewmen, pilots, medics, and then the base kits. They get AK, okay, I lied. I said earlier it was AKMs, it's AK-74s, but still, high rate of fire. You can switch it to full auto, which you can't do for the Blue 4 weaponry with the FNFALs. Otherwise, you have an RPK and a PKM, which, you know, an RPK versus a Bren. more ammo, and honestly, I think the RPK is a better firing platform. It's a better firing platform overall compared to the Bren, in my opinion. Light anti-tank's going to be RPG 26. Recon get the freaking a scope Mosin. I always find that funny. They get a scope Mosin, but the marksman getting a freaking SVD with a scope, no less. I'd rather have an SVD than a Mosin any day, but that's just me. And then suppressed shooters get a choice of either 45-round AKSs or 20-round AS-Vals. Oh, for the sake of time, I'm not going to do the meme, but crew and aviation have the same gun choice. Nothing on the CSW. They get 5 transport UAZs that are closed, 1 that's open. Both can carry 7 people. MI8 transport variant. So it has 2 PKT turrets with 1,200 round across 12 belts. So that's a lot. 2 unarmed BRDM transports. Those can be great for quick transportation. 2 transport BTR-40s, 2 armed BTR-40s, and then the 2 BTR-70s for local fire support. Now, I don't think the 14.5mm can penetrate into the Warrior. I know it can at least disable the gun turret, though. So we'll see how things go in that regard. Otherwise, uniform, in case I couldn't read it, it's the Armenian Canada. Armenian Canada Army Woody and Cock? I don't know. Yeah, that's French. Yeah, and then French stuff here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Anyway, I already broke down all of that. I just want to skip down to the marksman, which appears to be an M14 with a bipod. Loadouts are going to be M16A1s with Colt carbines and M9 for the secondary. 249s and M60s. Oh, that's... Those are clearly the best choice. Well, the 249 for the light machine gun is definitely the best choice compared to a Brenner and RPK. M60, can be a little tough to work with. M72A7, Law for the second, light anti-tank. M24 for the sniper, and a choice of a suppressed Mark 14 or an MP5 SD for the suppressed shooters, and then MP5 or Colt carbine for the crew. Now, assets for them, 4 rubber RHIBs. Those things are just pieces of shit, in my opinion. And then they have 1,000 rounds across... No, 2,000 rounds, technically, across 2 different 240 hotels. Interesting. So basically just a UH-1H with 240 Bravos on the side. 7.62 by 51. Either way. But that's a pretty good breakdown here. A lot of assets, a lot of heavy stuff. Looking over at the map. Oh, yeah, no, they're spawning in La Trinité and La Rivière. Okay.
So, let's give them a warm welcome, shall we?
And the AO is at Le Passant. Okay, so this is going to really promote Op4 to do a pincer maneuver right off the bat because their forces are so separate. Granted, they could spend the time and rally their forces together, but this is really just promoting a pincer maneuver. Now, Op4 attacking from all the way down here, this is always a hellish position to attack from down slope because you can see Blue 4 has the opportunity to put forces on the ridges and really bait anything from coming around. So Op4 might instead try to go for coming through the forested areas, but then you have these massive open kill zones that Blue 4 can easily defend. Op4, meanwhile, they can come in from the northeast or down the road, but again, they have to go down slope in these massive open kill zones that Blue 4 can just defend. So this is a really easy AO for Blue 4 to hunker down on. It's very defensible. The only issue is if Op4 gets really well entrenched on these ridges, there's not a lot of places Blue 4 can hide, but once Op4 has to start coming down the ridges, that's when Blue 4 can start getting some licks in. Also, I'd imagine that Green 4 force is probably going to get deployed up here because, you know, it's all open area right here, but if you put them on nice defensive positions within these ridges, dig some trenches, I mean, it can be a nice piece of real estate to hold and a really hellish piece of real estate to attack. But Blue 4 with those 3 static 50 cals, which are the standing versions no less, I mean, that's going to be really good for Blue 4 to defend this. But let's look at the actual cache sites themselves. We have one in La Passion, looking for the cache site itself. Best way to do it is to select a guy. And actually, it's not based off of that telling me where it is. Interesting. Usually you can select a unit and then look at the map through their eyes and it would tell you, but I guess not. Well, before I go through a needle in a haystack there, let's go through command. So, Korvac's going to be commanding the Blue 4 group. He's got Fred being the alpha lead, with Wheaton and Stark being the crew for the mortar. Now, this is significant, because out of everyone I have seen do mortar play in Friday night fights, I don't mean offense when I say this to anyone listening, but Stark is the only one that really knows what he's doing. He is the only one that I have seen actually use this piece of equipment effectively, consistently. I've seen other people use it effectively, but not consistently. Stark is the only one where if I see him with this mortar, I know that that mortar's actually going to be a threat. So Blue 4 has an advantage right there because Stark knows how to place these shots. Now, that being said, he's only probably going to get a few kills with it unless Op 4 group their forces really close together. But if you guys recall a few months ago, the Fapovo Island northwestern corner of the map, that scenario, Stark got like 5 kills on the mortar because he literally baited his opponent team to go into an enemy area that was super well condensed, and then he just mortared the shit out of it and got at least 3 casualties there and a lot of wounded. So he knows how to play this role. So that is where I would probably put some points on here. But otherwise, for Alpha 1, we got Milo, Arcor, and Banks. Alpha 2, we got Bees with Agent, Confused Pupper, Hawkins, Like Boss, and Bennis. Bravo HQ is led by Ollie with Astronaut and Mech. And we got Bravo 1 with Doc, Lath, and Tantal. Bravo 2 with Circles, Dark Horse, Cola, and Mobile X. Real quick, can I activate my options here? I think my sound is a little higher. Oh, yeah, it is. Let's turn this stuff down a little bit. About to say, things seem a little scuffed, but that's okay. Easy to fix. Bravo 2 has Circles, Dark Horse, Cola, and Mobile X. Already went over that. Mashador leading Charlie HQ. Charlie 1 has Penadero, Newton, Blast, Guerrero, Ant, and Hawk. Charlie 2 has Bambi, Huffalump, Omri, Yod, Fusion, Lan, and Raz. And then Oddball decided to crew with Falcon in the Warrior. I remember last time Falcon was in a Vic, he was doing really well with the Crow system on a Humvee, but then his driver decided to, like, drive right up and stop within 10 meters of an enemy position, and Falcon was just yelling at him. So I hope Oddball doesn't repeat the same mistake we saw last week with that. Otherwise, looking over to Green 4 now, because they're on the same side, we have Sol, Galil, Revanche, Sam, Seismo, and Lolo taking X-Ray, Shy, Green Thumb, Patriot, Olaf under Delta HQ. Delta 1 has Swola, Gazog, Tackleberry, and Ash together under Delta 1, and Mountain Reapers, Incendy, and Nordic Prophet playing as the hotel crew for the helicopter. So X-Ray is going to take a boat in. That's going to take him a while, in my opinion. The Huey would have been able to deposit them a little better, but that's just me personally speaking. Otherwise, looking at the helicopter, excuse me, I saw the helicopter, wanted to say that, but helicopter doesn't have anyone mounted in it. Interesting. All right, so Maz commanding Op 4 here. He's got Tenderbander and Vagrant as his 2IC and Platoon Medic respectively, and it looks like they are in a BTR. Other BTR, hold on. Looks like has Alpha HQ. Oh, that's an interesting name to see. All right, Sayak, Despo, Sushi, Timek, Izzo, and Albin as their X-Ray group. Bayant in the leadership position for Alpha HQ. He has Alpha 1 folded in on him with King Flux, Michael Novix, K-Kier, Guy Fury, and Arma Jesus. Alpha 2 has Ivan, Vakazin, Sevekt, Boris, Mixa, Goran, Cole, and Lazar. And we got Scandi Recon as well under Bravo HQ with Malin, Iander, Infidel, Bannister, Whiplash, Nim, and Cindy. Bravo 2 has Katz, Cullis, Purton, Dobbs, Nemesis, Barbarian, and Gavian. We also have GTTF, which is GT Task Force. We got K9 Beyond, the Ozzel, Nick, Madisfine, Piragoni, and Olivia. And then Ace is what I call him, with Barnes, Skip K, Steve, Theliander, under Charlie 2, and then Delta has 1RW with Saddam leading Hunavar, Akuzi, N1, Font, and Talon. Delta 2 has Patrick, Omega, Autovisky, and Raven. Hotel has Arcane, Flying with Wise and Pierce as the co-pilot and gunners, respectively. Now, I'm going to say this right off the bat. Stark with the mortar, great call, but the offensive faction here has Scandi Recon and Pepega Pirates, the two best communities within Friday Night Fights, but they're on the offense, and they're going to be assaulting through a lot of open fields, which in my opinion negates Scandia Recon and Pepega Pirates' efficiency, because even they can't make up for these open areas. I'd say Pepega sometimes can, because their iron sight or ×1 scope marksmanship is amazing. But just with the sheer amount of open areas, the fact that Blue 4 have someone competent on the mortar, it's going to be a tough fight. But otherwise, looking at the cache sites here, since we have a little bit of prediction time left, we have something built right there. They're definitely fortifying these buildings. I actually have no idea where these caches are. We used to have a marker to see them, but I'm going to try again to look at it from their POV. There we go. Okay, so we have that and that. So taking that information, cache 1 in a bit of an interesting place, being put all the way down here somewhere. Yeah, very open and really close to the southern border. So AT-wise, it could potentially get sniped, actually, from over there. So that's a tough call to make. And then the second one is tucked away back here with some boxes here to help defend it, but to at least prevent... Nah, you can still snipe it with AT from the outside if that sign gets knocked over, especially. So that means you have to, right off the bat, you can't hold that individual building. You have to space out your defenses. And that appears to be what Blue 4 is doing. We're actually seeing some pretty heavily spaced out forces here, but Green 4... Please tell me... Okay, no, they're too high. I was about to say, please tell me you're not going to land all the way over here, because that seems like a really bad idea. They're already coming in. Green 4's landed, but the MI8 has actually found where Green 4's landing. They don't have any casualties yet. Great early spot by the MI8. Will it continue to harass, or is it going to fly away? I'd say keep harassing that group, see if you can get some early on kills, because that's a great thing to get. They're already turning around. All right. So some early action here by the MI8 to harass the X-ray group. Good barrage going. That MI8's got to be careful, though, because it is a pretty big target. Even this small team could knock out the engine. What do you do when you get turned into a Seagull randomly in Arma 3? That usually means the anti-cheat thinks you have a ripped version of the game and it's trying to punish you, but it does glitch out. So I guess just relog or verify the integrity of your game cache would be my best bet. I do agree with you. What's that? It could be pushed for intel, but if it runs into the UH-1H, it's going to be dead anyway. So at least by doing this, it's stalling one of the Green 4 groups. Plus, you know, some early on harassment's great to stop the Green 4 force from coming in. But look at this. Op 4 is going to rally all of its forces and attack from the southern side. That's a really interesting choice. I mean, at least if it attacked from the eastern flank, I guess because they didn't want to spend the time going uphill. But that's going to be a massive kill zone that they really got to worry about. MI8 coming back around. Is it going for a landing? I mean, it's taking damage a little bit. You see some specs on it. Why are they landing? To repair, I would assume. Yeah, I see some black spots on the engine. I think, yeah, they have to be checking for damage then. But it's not damage enough for them to repair. Yeah. Hey, so Pierce is being very defensive with it. Interesting. And yeah, that boat engine is very loud, definitely. I can hear it from all the way over here, and this is at least 400 or 500 meters away since I'm in the air. Good God. All right, MI8's coming back around. I guess we can now look. So Seoul has the suppressed Mark 14, Revanche has the other suppressed Mark 14, and Lolo is the sniper. Lolo usually does take that sniper role. Yeah, right, Wild Fox? Who knows? Green 4 is allied with Blue 4, yes. Green 4 is meant to be a small U.S. strike team to assist Blue 4, which are British paratroopers, and Op 4 are meant to be Soviets. But here we go. Now the UH-1H is coming in to dogfight with the Mi-8 here. And this is Mountain and Reapers. They dropped off Nordic, and he has a machine gun. Interesting call. UH-1Y going to try to stay above, making a cut so its left side gun can start barraging. There it is. Mi-8 just took a few hits. Engine just went down. And this is what I was talking about. As soon as it gets into a fight, it's plummeting. She's coming in too hard. That's going to be a smack. As soon as it runs into that UH-1H, it's over for the Mi-8. So, looks like Pierce and Arkin have survived. There's one casualty there. Those two Op 4 players have 2 kilometers to go to get into the enemy AO, but they're on their own. But that is going to be it for that part. Just because the helicopter goes down doesn't mean you've lost your prediction. If anything, what's that is kind of right. The helicopter fight is kind of pointless in the long run. But it does provide for some nice entertaining action. I just heard some flares going off, which I think means that Blue 4 tripped one of their own tripwire flare mines, which means at least one combat engineer went the mine route. Because when you play a combat engineer, you have the choice of 4 different types of explosives you can take. You can take 2 explosive satchels, how many? I think 4 I'm sorry, I'm blanking. 2 explosive satchels, 4 explosive charges, 2 tripwire flares that also include 2 HE tripwires, or 2 or 3 anti-tank mines. Which, either way, anti-tank mines wouldn't have been a bad call on this road, so we'll have to see how that goes. All right, otherwise we got the vehicle crews over here. Falcon on the gun. We have his driver over here just looking around. He's scouting that helicopter, seeing that it is a friendly. I'm trying to select him. There we go. Otherwise, Op 4 is just going to be spending a lot of time doing transport. It was Wise in the helicopter that got killed. But it's going to require a lot of maneuvering here to get up to the remaining area. Talon, I think, was he trying to hop into that window or something? He just ran up to it and just jumped into it. Like, I don't know. But I do appreciate that Op 4 does have their X-ray team up here to scout for any Blue 4 forces on the ridge, or Green 4 forces even. That way, if they wanted to come up this kill zone of a valley, they could. But as I predicted, we're seeing a lot of Op 4 forces deploying over here because they want to take this forested route in, maybe even the far left flank. But again, big kill zone. And as soon as Blue 4 figures out they're coming from this route, which the Warrior's going to be able to call out, that's when you're going to see Blue 4 start redeploying forces. That's when you might see Green 4 redeploy on this ridge. There's a lot of ways this could go down. Otherwise, I'm just going to call it the Huey. Huey is flying over enemy forces at this point. You got Bayan in here. I think he's solo crewing this Vic. I was about to say, I don't think anyone's going to hit it, but we just saw a round bounce off of it. That could have, yep, that was from the BTR 40's HE. You got that 14.5 millimeter now firing, but it is short. They didn't get a good hit on that Huey there. So now they know there's an Op 4 offensive coming from the south. This could give Blue 4 and Green 4 time to redeploy their forces to prepare for such an attack. Or they might keep everything the way it is because they might be fearing a possible pincer maneuver from the east as well, because Op 4 did spawn with half of their force to the east. But Op 4's completely redeployed everything to the south, utilizing these roads here. And again, it's just going to be another 5 to 10 minutes of maneuvering. You're going to start seeing some skirmishing along this border. But I want to see if Falcon sees anything. Because again, he only has 200 rounds of 50 cal in here. He has to treat it like a sniper rifle. It's an auto-ranging sniper rifle, mind you. But he has to treat it pretty much like a sniper rifle. So single shot this bitch. Which I'm not even sure if he can single shot it, but we'll see. Why does he only have 200 rounds? Because FNF balancing, what's that? See, and again, I said this earlier, I thought it was originally because maybe giving it like a Crow-style system, where, you know, you just sit in a protected area and you have a camera, and the camera you can, like, scope up to, you know, like a massive magnification. You might even have thermal optics, but you can, you know, hit the T key and it auto-ranges for you. I was thinking maybe they give it a limited amount of ammo because it's such a powerful system, but we've had two or three operations where one side has had actual Crow system Humvees, and they get 400 round boxes, and they get like 5 of them. So they get like anywhere between 1,200 and 2,000 rounds for it. And I'm like, then why are you only giving 200 rounds to the Warrior? Like, is it because it's more armored? Because 50 cal might not be able to pen it? It's a weird balance. I mean, it even has spaced armor though. And it does have like 1,000... Here, let me check real quick. I know its coax is correct. It does have 1,600 rounds of 7.62 by 51, but I don't know. FNF has always had some really weird balancing choices, in my opinion, where they equate like a Humvee to a BTR, but all right, here we go. So he's starting off with that coax, putting it right over the head, took out one of the Op4 guys, Michael, so a member of the Papega Pirates group. Yes, there is Pay for Pain tonight at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so they're immediately going to start popping smoke, but this is going to alert Falcon that there is a force here. Why is he pulling off of the hill? I wouldn't have left that position yet. That's a very defensive position. Huh. I think he's going to another spot, maybe over here, maybe a spot that's more open, which means if the driver's paying attention, he can get in. And, well, then again, he only has first person. So that's a bit of a weird choice, but it looks like they're getting back onto that position. That was weird. No, actually, you do see a lot of smoke maneuvers, Jansol. Here's that HE coming in, landing very close. I think they're guessing at this point, because there's no one here to call BDA, so this is Stark just approximating based off of what that Vic's saying. But, I mean, yeah, right on where he needed to be. He might have been aiming for this position, actually, but the wind might have blown it to the right. So he got the distance right, but I think the wind blew it more east. Probably, what's that, knowing Falcon? See, now my question, though, is Blue for redeploying things accordingly. We got one guy up here. Mortar's firing more rounds. Yep, they fired a few more. And again, they're going to land a little off target, but what they really need to do is hold that HE until they see where hostiles are coming in. Falcon spotting more, engaging with that 7.62. He wants to keep his 50 cal until he has much more accurate shots. Maybe a group of enemies to hit because it's very limited ammo, but that's the ammo that'll insta-kill people. He's doing his best to adjust here. So he's zoomed in right now because if he was zoomed out, he'd be able to see that other guy on his right. He's focusing a little bit too much on the forested area. Got a GL that just came in. More GLs are coming out. Gets a knockout. And I think he has his driver out here just watching things. But again, this is where this asset can actually be really effective, is locking down these open areas. And that's what I was fearful about Op4 doing in regards to these open areas. Now, I wish they were coordinating a little better with that mortar, because they're just kind of firing blindly here. Got more coaxial rounds coming over here. This was Iander trying to get AT out on it. But Falcon knows. I mean, he was a part of Scandi, so he knows Iander's strategy. We have a suppression shot, whiplashes down. You have a BTR now. Trying to put shots out. This is Bay's BTR, though. And Falcon, he's in a perfectly defensive position not to take fire from that BTR. It's going to have to remaneuver to actually do something. But he's up 3 kills right now. Now, that 14.5, again, could probably disable the turret, maybe penetrate into the turret, and actually kill Falcon. Got the UH-1H flying overhead again. More rounds coming in. Bannister's down, Whiplash is down, Malin and Infidel are dead. Iander trying to find a solution here. He has to go prone because he's taking fire. Huey flying overhead might be able to report to Falcon that there's a flanking force coming, but he's going to be bottlenecked because he has to call to his commander, who then might call to the other commander if there even is that line of communication. Vic's now coming out. Got that 14.5 starting to hit into that Vic. Mortar just came in and knocked someone out. That was Bannister. He might have already been down, actually. Yeah, I think he was, actually. He was already shot to death by the Vic there. But we got a blind spray here by Mobile X out on his own with the FN Mag as a forward element, and he gets picked off. That was a bit of an interesting ploy there to put your machine gunner out that far on his own. But now I'm a little worried because Blue 4 with this isolated group, that could be an early sign of being defeated in detail here because they only have 4 guys halting what they've already identified as an enemy offensive. You got Bay's Vic driving up. The Warrior might spot it. Yeah, Falcon, I think, just saw it, so they're going to pull away. A little fearful of its 14.5 millimeter. Op4 has a massive battle line going here. They got X-Ray on the flank. Green 4, though, I think has turned to start dealing with Op4 X-Ray up on the hilltop. I don't know. These early gains are quite good, but Alpha HQ coming up to where the Warrior is. Flux has his light AT out, ready to go, but I guess the Warrior's being panicked because of the BTR pushing its position. If the BTR hadn't pushed, I think Falcon might have been in trouble with Flux's AT. Why is Falcon looking in that direction? I think his gun's disabled. No, it's not. He's able to still raise it, but he should be focusing on watching the rear here. And immediately we see a barrage. Flux fires short and low. Now they're firing 50 cal into this BTR. 12.7 responding in kind. Cake here was taken out up here. I think they're stabilizing the BTR as it fires at infantry pulling away. BTR responding with its 14.5 millimeter. That is 50 cal. Shots barraging the front. Bay actually getting a knockout here. That is the driver knocked out. Falcon's gonna be on his own. Does Falcon still have 50 cal ammo? Oddball waking back up and immediately trying to drive out. Meanwhile, this group of 3 under threat from a large Op4 force coming in. GL's being used to knock over some of the walls here. Great grenade throw right on Katz's position. He literally steps over it, gets blown away. An explosive charge was thrown on this building, killing one and knocking out another. Great call there, whoever threw that. That might have just been an explosive trap by these guys. But it was 2 machine gunners, so it wasn't their own explosives. And I think Nemesis just came in here and cleaned house. Yep. Another grenade, killing an Op4 member and knocking out another. Who threw that grenade? Might have been him waking up, I don't know, but that got messy, but really great on the grenade throws there. Normally you don't see the grenades that effective. Interesting. So Warriors pulled back. You got the BTR. It's picked up a little bit of Alpha HQ and is pushing up with him. No, it's just Flux who's gotten in with Bay. And they're trying to drive on the outskirts here. I hear the Warrior. It's pulled all the way back here. Might do a little bit of repairing first. And you're hearing gunfire up here. This is Green 4 dealing with X-Ray. I knew Green 4 probably sighted them earlier because we all saw them turn and look in the direction that X-Ray was. No casualties on X-Ray's side. And no casualties on the Green 4 side as well. Whew. Just having a little bit of water. This is a bunker that's part of the map. It's not pre-placed, and it is a very nice bunker when you need this type of position. So they've got medium machine gunners that can really barrage this position. As I say that, I think that was the... Nope, it was either the team lead or the team 2IC going down. It was Albin. Nope, he was the medic. Oh, that really sucks, because now if any of them go unconscious, they're going to have a lot tougher time to potentially get him up. Now, we do have the sniper right here. They've deployed an SSWT kit, and they've got Timek ranging for Sushi here. Look at that ridiculous little scope on it. It's so cute. Sushi doing his best to range in some shots. If he can thread the needle, he can get some great headshots here, but I don't think he's capable of it. What you should do when you have a bolt action is do not let go of the trigger when you fire. Because when you let go of the trigger, your character automatically racks the bolt. What you need to be doing, even if you have a spotter, is hold it. That way you stay in scope when you shoot, and you can also see where that bullet is landing. So a little bit of a mistake. I get he has the spotter to range the shots, but I find it better if you can see where the bullets are going. You can make those adjustments quicker than a spotter just telling you if you're long or short. You know what I mean? That's why I always laugh when people tell me if I give them a bolt action sniper and they complain that they can't see where the shots are going. I just say, skill issue. Anyway, BTR coming around. I think it just picked someone off. I could have sworn I saw a Blue 4 guy over here, and now he doesn't exist. Oh, now you're starting to see Op4 pushing through these open areas, though. Yeah, it was Fred all the way back there that got picked off by Bay. Some GLs are starting to come down. Bay on 2 kills. Is Falcon still up? Falcon is still up. He's on 5. They're going to go up to the top of the ridge and try to overwatch these open areas from there. That's a smart call, but it's going to take him a hot second to get in position. Plus, he's probably running low on 50 cal rounds since he burned a lot, if not all of it, to try to take on Bay. So you got this massive smoke push to get to this area, but they still have to smoke to get up to this area as well. You're hearing 14.5 being fired. Looks like Blue 4 utilized their budget pretty well to build some of these bunker areas to help them lock down these open areas. We got Green 4 X-Ray on the rear now. I don't think they're going to be capable of getting behind Op4. It's just too much distance. They deployed too far back. Which, speaking of, how did they get all the way back there? Weren't they up there? I think the helicopter picked them up and moved them. And now you got the UH-1H flying all the way back here. It's a bit of a weird call, but okay. I guess looking for any other Op4 forces still mobilizing, but at this point, we're halfway through the round. Op4 shouldn't have anything still mobilized at this point. Meanwhile, Green 4 have pushed up some forces. It looks like they're hunting the sniper position, and another chunk, the 3 guys that were still alive, are now folding in to join the main force. Now, one issue I'm also seeing is Charlie can start coming along the flank here, but this Warrior might be able to turn around and actually start harassing this Charlie position. And I think, yep, as I say it, Falcon starts barraging this position and takes one out. He's on 6 kills now. I think Falcon's going to go double digits here. The BTRs aren't in a position to attack Falcon. Falcon, with Oddball, have been placing their vehicle in really good spots. I struggle to see how Op4 is going to be able to take that Vic out. AT landing just short of Vagrant's BTR here. We also have a few forces. Oh, we got a big Alpha force down here, but it's still at least 5 minutes away from getting in the AO. We have some stragglers around right here, but they're fighting stragglers on Blue 4. A 50 cal firing into this BTR. Just got some blood. Got a lot of blood there, but no kills. Interesting. That was 2 large blood splatters from a 50 cal, no less. Usually that's fatal. I'm not sure if the gunner just got killed off or what. Oh, there was a half-second little bit of desync right there. I thought he actually hit the 50 cal turret with that GL. That would have been a great piece of placement. But now you're seeing this Warrior up here, still harassing. He's on 8 kills now and 1 wounded. So he's just picking people off at this point. And if he continues, I think he's going to be able to just outperform whatever Op4 is able to push in. Now, I'm going to be honest, though. This AO from the start, as I was saying, it's really hard to attack. Even with Pepega and Scandi Recon attacking, these open fields are just brutal to push through. And since Blue 4 has so much 50 cal static around, it's really easy to just set up a nice defensive perimeter with them to deny vehicle rushes as well. And now you're just starting to see Op4 slowly whittling away. They still have a sufficient force to take this AO, don't get me wrong. I mean, Green 4 over here looks like they're failing their takeout try of hitting the X-Ray sniper team. But, you know, the rest of them up there and over here just completely out of position. Blue 4 is still significantly outnumbered. But if the Warrior is able to continue harassing people and continues to be conscious about its ammo, we could see all this still turn around. But Op4 is starting to put forces on this hill. The mortar, I would assume, is out of ammo at this point. Bay in that BTR was a really great choice as well, because he knows how to utilize any vehicle platform that's thrown. Blue 4, meanwhile, they were able to take out one of the BTR 40s, but now they're starting to be pushed. And that bunker is really under threat of someone with AT or explosives either throwing a charge in there or firing an HE round from point-blank range right into the top and killing everyone inside. This could still go either way, really. Little bit of miss PID here as now Bay is shooting into his own force here. Bay! No! Great eye to see forces over here, but Bay! We have had 3-way fights in FNF in the past. Usually they're on a neutral sector, though. But those can get really brutal. But the Audrey Hotto incident, I would argue the most famous FNF incident, where Audrey Hotto got Falcon messaging me he's out of ammo. So yeah, as I was saying, that Warrior's only going to be as good as... He has 15 freaking kills! But he's out of ammo. Oh my god, now the UH-1H in orbit here. But Audrey Hotto had officially 21 kills, unconfirmed but more likely 23 kills. And it was a 3-way sector fight in Chernogorsk. Or not Chernogorsk, excuse me, Cherno. I forget the specific town name though. But he cleaned house, and it was amazing to watch. But he still maintains the FNF record officially at 21 kills. And the UH-1H just got sniped. Oh, what a plummet. Wow. I don't know who picked off that pilot there, but that was a great snipe. That had to have been one of the BTRs. Or just a really, really lucky shot. The hotel crew for the MI8 is now in the AO. It's going to start pursuing. And I got the BTR also starting to pick people off as well. This might still be an Op4 victory. Because Green 4 is still up on the ridges here. They're not doing anything. They're not really mobilizing to help the fight here. It's leaving Blue 4 to just get their butts kicked, because even though there have been some big open areas, just Green 4 hasn't really been coordinating with Blue 4 here, and Blue 4 is being left out to dry. We need to see Blue 4 make some really good plays here. The Warrior was a great crutch, but it's out of ammo. And now it's essentially just a target. Both the BTR 40s are down, but the BTR 70s are both still in play. So I don't know what Falcon's gonna do here. And there's AT hitting the Warrior, and that's smoking. And immediately, Falcon is killed off. 15 kills for Falcon, not bad, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. That's why I'm saying the day Falcon gets a competent driver in a Crow system Humvee, I think is the day he's gonna break the record. But even then, you have to consider Audrey Hotto got his kill count as an infantryman with no vehicles. The only times I have seen people get close to Audrey Hotto's record is with vehicles. Bay got, like, what, 14 or 15 kills last week, but he was also utilizing a Humvee with a 50 cal. Falcon just got 15, but he was using a freaking IFV Warrior. But Audrey Hotto, with those 21 kills, purely as infantry. How'd he do it as infantry? Go look it up. Go watch. It's an amazing, amazing PvP video. To the point there was a 3-week investigation to see if he was actually cheating. But you see Audrey Hotto take hits. You see him get shot to shit quite a few times. Oh god, speaking of getting shot to shit, imagine getting stuck on a balcony right there. But he just keeps going in a corner, bandaging, but because it's a 3-way fight, 2 other factions were still doing things, but everything just happened in such an amazing way that allowed Audrey Hotto to just constantly kill people in pretty much a massive defeat in detail, because only a few people would go after Audrey Hotto at a time, and he just kept looting stuff. Yeah, so the Saddam op was where Bay got his kill streak last week, and then Falcon in here. 15 kills, buddy. It was good, but you ran out of ammo. You burnt too much M2 ammo in a panic when you were trying to kill the BTR. Which I get why you did it, but that's where you really drained a lot of your 50 cal ammo. But it was a good call, but Op 4 here to the north, I mean, they're pretty much overwhelming this position. BTR is going to mag dump this with 762. That cache is about to go under. That's what I was talking about. You can snipe it from the outside. There's the cache cooking off. Now, this should make Green 4 start folding in, but I don't think it's going to be enough time, because look at this. Op 4's right on top of the cache position here. You're starting to see a mag dump. It's going to be an Op 4 victory, because Green 4 was ineffectively utilized with too many forces going on some ridge in the middle of nowhere. X-Ray literally just getting into the AO now, but completely ineffectively utilized. That allowed for Op 4's number advantage to go from a 7.5% to literally a 15 to 20%. Now, this is nice. Wow! Long-range 50 cal shots just took out someone trying to mag dump the cache here. But we need it. Green 4, I think, is still too far. Op 4's right on top of the cache at this point. You're just going to see the BTRs drive in and snipe the cache from the outside. You know what I mean? It's GG. And there's the angle. You're about to see it cook off. That's Op 4 wins. Because even though Blue 4 had a really great AO, even though he's had people like Falcon getting massive kill counts, the defensive strategy Blue 4 had was great, but Green 4 was completely ineffectively used. And that's what cost them the victory here. Because just now Green 4's group is getting in, but that's a shame. That's a real shame in my opinion. There you go. Even if you have one of the best AOs to defend, in my opinion, if you don't have the numbers to defend it, you're still screwed. Even if the Soviets take massive casualties. Ay, ay, ay. Green 4, I get why they were up there, but it was way too much to send up there. They should have been in the town or in a defensive position overwatching the ridge, but that was another Soviet victory. That campaign's done because the Soviets have won once again. Maximum casualties for a successful victory. If they gave Falcon more ammo, I honestly think Blue 4 would still be kicking right now because they could have stayed up on that ridge and they could have overwatched the town too. If he had more 50 cal ammo, he would have been fine. But he didn't. Balance. But again, it's Blue 4 Command's fault for not having Green 4 be more defensive. He let them be autonomous, and that's what paid in the end. Will Bro Speak be there for pay? No. Is there going to be another op today? Yes, we still have 5 more rounds of this. Round 2 and round 3 of the EU branch, then NA starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be covering round 2 and round 3. I'm going to forego covering round 3. No, excuse me. EU, we're going to cover round 1 and round 2. I'm going to forego covering round 3 to start prep and pay for pain and keep the stream going. Thoughts on 6.8 millimeter? I don't have any. I don't have any. Sorry to say. But changing to a completely new caliber, I mean, that, why not keep 5.56? Because that's been, whatever. It's just going to be expensive, just something for the military budget to throw a shit ton of money at because we have the biggest one in the world. Whatever. It slaps harder than 5.56. Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, if it can't beat level 4 armor, because that's what Russians have, but whatever. I don't like to get into that type of stuff while we're working. Alright, so this one is going to be Southeast Angola. Let me start my transition here. So if you're subscribed, you won't see these. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Because between the rounds, I always play some ads so I can have some time to change my commands for the second round. And there they go. Alright, let's see.
How was that one, Liru?
It's pretty good.
It's really quick, honestly. Did you catch me team killing ass?
I did not.
Yeah, I was with my battle buddy, and they said, "Hey, there's contact 055 in the stairwell," and I went, "Okay," and I started spraying it down with the PKM I picked up. And who peeks out but our squad lead, Azariah? By the time we both realized, he was already dead.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, I actually am going to dip, but it was fun playing on the ground, and I'll see you for NA.
All right.
Catch you later, and good luck.
Yep. See you in a bit, man.
Technically, no one spotted it yet. But we can hear something.
All right. Give me 1 second. I'll note that pre-order down for Pay for Pain tonight. By the way, pre-orders are down for Pay for Pain. So feel free to start ordering. But I got
one
you.
Teleport, and on that unfortunate man, one horde as well.
I'll teleport him right into a freaking horde. Oh, that's so mean, but I love it.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
It'll be random too, which is great. All right, so Blue 4 attacking. Blue 4 has a 10% number advantage. What? There's no such thing as a 1113. It's either a 113 or a 1117, which would be an M1117. So that's a major difference. They get a T14? Meliscrano? They got a freaking combat plane? Okay. All right. I'm going to state it's a 1117. No, let's say an M113 because it might have just been a slip of the tongue. M113, how many? Three HMG Land Rovers, a Huey, and a plane. Wow. Blue 4 gets. %, numbers advantage, an M113, Land Rover here in a combat plane. Op 4 gets. Oh, Blue 4 has a mortar too, with 25 HE rounds and 10 smoke rounds. Op 4 gets a BTR 70, a BMP, and a. Wow. Wow. That's a lot for Blue 4, and not a lot for Op 4 in my opinion. And the BMP-2 does not have an autocannon. It's going to have like 200 rounds of 50 cal, similar to what happened last time. But, wow, that's... Hey, Son of Shadow, how you doing, my friend? When can we get a pancake cooking stream? When I can get it all set up properly. But we'll see. Do it like 20 minutes in, though? Well, yeah, I'm not going to do it immediately. Definitely. But here, let me write that down, and then I'll change the map command. Just wrote that down. And then we have to note the map choice as well. The map is going to be, I think it said Southeast Angola. Yes, okay. Now, let me go to the multi here, take out Barbarian Weeb's name, since he just said he is logging off for the night. And let me go to music. You know what? I'm feeling frisky. I'm feeling frisky. Falcon's poking me saying, should I crew the BMP? I think I should crew the BMP. And I said, yeah, you should. And then complain when you run out of ammo again. I mean, it does say good time Saddam up there. So yes, he did make it. Whew. There's a lot I need to look into as well, in terms of, like, animated emotes, badge emotes. There's another wave of stuff I want to get into, so. Falcon saying, hopefully my gun keeps going Bane instead of Click. I love Falcon. I'm not sure if he's going to be on for the Pay for Pain tonight, but we'll see. Yes! Saddam was the mission maker for the mission where Bay got a massive kill streak last week. So we'll see if he's able to repeat it. But I'm telling you, Bay, Falcon, two of the best. Most members of Pepega, some members of Scandi, the best. Stark, Norris, Flux especially noteworthy out of Pepega. It's great. Dreadnought, DM me on Discord. I can explain it to you. I'm not going to publicly explain it. I swear to God, Naps, if they give the freaking T-14 Meliscaro a combat air patrol loadout, I'm going to laugh my ass off. Oh, man. Delanos with 14, 4 open doors, your choice, and 1 horde on Falcon. I don't know if Falcon's going to be on tonight, though. Let me ask him. I just shot him a message. I do want to do an animated Fluffers emote. Someone asking me, do you know if the van, ambulance vehicle, and the off-road services vehicle are part of Laws of War? I know the ambulances are part of Laws of War, but I don't think the services off-road is. I think that one's vanilla, period. Sorry, I'm going through Discord messages as well. I need to make an announcement on my Discord to say, hey guys, like, over the past 3 weeks, I've realized I'm starting to get to that threshold of, like, critical mass where I can't immediately respawn to everybody. Because for the past, I want to say, 2 to 3 weeks, I have woken up to at least 20 DMs from 20 different people. I'm not used to that. At most, I would get maybe 5, and that was rare. And now all of a sudden, I'm getting like 20 to 30. So I do my best to respond to them, but I have a routine of I wake up in the morning, I set up my uploads for the day, I then work on editing or finalize any missions I have for the day, and then I'll occasionally reply to like 1 or 2 people. Now I've been having to message back a lot of people. What's that? It's been people asking questions on Zeusing, communities, assets, mods, general hello, how are you doing? Which I never mind because those are fun. It's always good to catch up with people. How to set up servers, help with Havoc hosting. Hey, do you know about this bug where XYZ happens and how do you fix it? I know what's that, but they're not all Zeus questions. Plus, you and I both know people are just going to message the streamer rather than use a public forum. Oh, good old days. Staff ruined the fun. Okay, sorry. Falcon, apparently he's not allowed to take a vehicle slot because he took it last time. And Falcon is also saying, see, I would, but it's pay for pain, and I want my character to stay alive. So we might not see Falcon. Let me poke him. I'm gonna try to guilt him. I'll do my best. Alright. I wrote one Falcon, one Horde on Falcon, hopefully. Falcon saying sigh. I might got him. I might have him here. Spook him with doors and goats. I will spawn goats and bunnies on people, but the thing is, I have bounties for both the goats and the rabbits where they actually will get good stuff, but the rabbits are like meant to be like chased around. All right, he says maybe he'll have to check his schedule. Yeah, server's full. Well, it was full. A few people just left, but I'm pretty sure the server's full. Is there a chance of making a Daisy mod where it's a killer bunny from the Holy Grail? I don't think so, based off of what I know for Daisy modding. Someone would have to full-on make... So someone could make a mod. If you're asking if I can do it, no. I don't have the knowledge to do something like that. But it's possible, because there is a bunny model in the game. It balks like a chicken, but it exists, and it has its own items that are part of it. You can do it with the default bunny. Well, there you go. Hell, Modernist, if you make it, let me know. I'll put it in a pay-for-pay. And just murder people with it. The one thing I do know, though, is if you base your models off of animal AI can't damage doors. Only zombies can. And things based off of zombie AI. So keep that in mind. Whew. You know, not gonna lie, the wolf AI for DayZ, if you were to take that and then just remodel it to like flood infection forms, where they kind of like linger around you and then they all like leap at you at once, that is kind of what the flood do. That would be kind of interesting, to say the least. Devour, we're talking about me stealing all your flood assets and ripping them and then putting them in DayZ for 20 shekels. Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. Oh, by the way, you're talking about DayZ Standalone? Yes. The Holy Grail movie? Yes, Monty Python, The Holy Grail, where it has, whatchamacallit? The killer bunny in the cave that they laugh at, and then one of the knights goes up to it and literally, like, rips his head off. Which is beautiful, by the way. I have no idea how DayZ Standalone works. Yeah, it's a whole separate beast. But I would say modders should start learning, because Arma 4 is going to be based off of the Infusion engine, which DayZ runs a very old version of. A very old and unoptimized version, mind you. Falcon's poking at me. All right. PSA. Actually, not a PSA. Question. If I get Falcon to show up, how much would you bully him? All right? If you bully him a lot, he might show up. If I really need Falcon to show up, we'll see. But yes, if we can bully Falcon a little bit, I'll see to it that he shows up. How is this round not started yet? Oh, gosh, it just instantly started. Okay. Well, there we go. Dawn, you here? Sweetie? Please. Please be here. Otherwise, I have to write the prediction. You're not going to bully him or going to scare the crap out of him? That's fine. As long as you interact with Falcon. That's all I'm asking. All right. I need to write the prediction. Start prediction. FNFEU round 1. Blue 4 is attacking. Green 4 defending. Or no, Op 4 defending. There we go. That's right? Yeah, Blue 4 is attacking with 10% numbers advantage. All right, cool. We don't have a map, so now we're just going to wait. Wasn't there a map for OFCRA last time? Yes. Well, imagine a flood outbreak on a 40k Hive world. I'd love to do a crossover event like that, to be honest. There's a lot of things I have plans for a lot of stuff. It's just I don't have enough time at the end of the day. And it really sucks. But, you know, it just means I'm booked for content for the next, I want to say, 2 years. Because I already have the next 3 TSB campaigns planned out. It's just the only thing really limiting me is my own drive to get it all done. Because, I mean, I burnt myself out for a day last week. That's why we didn't have the Wednesday op. Because I was like, I can't. I was staring at Eden Editor for 10 minutes, and I'm like, I can't do it today. So I worked myself until I burnt myself out, and, you know, the cycle then repeats. 1 second. Every programmer ever. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that just Gene Stealer's endgame? Yeah, Volta, I think you're right there. Theoretically possible. No Space Marines? Yeah, because infecting a Space Marine would break the game because it's on a different skeleton. And there is infection framework. We just didn't show it on the first test stop. But anyway, round has begun. Let's shift all of our focus now to Friday night fights. Okay, so mission brief here. Background, UNITA has been tasked with eliminating MLPA/Cuban supply caches and radar facilities hidden throughout the countryside. Area of operations, 2 objectives are in the Cuban radar facility. Mission rules, Blue 4 Platoon HQ must be in the scout plane. Interesting. Game mode, it's a 3 cache destruction. Mission will go into overtime. There's only 1 alive objective remaining, and the attackers are near the AO, I would imagine at the discretion of the FNF developers. Mission variables here, 1 kilometer view distance, no magnified optics, no NVG equipment, defender points are 125, which is the default standard. Mat teams for Blue 4. Is this just Bay of Pigs invasion? I feel like this might just be Bay of Pigs, but I'll look. Both sides get only 1 AT and 1 HE rocket across all of their mat crews for RPGs. Blue 4 are African police camo kits, so that might not be paid. Well, they said it was Cuba. Weird. I don't know. Otherwise, Blue 4 are going to be these police kits. Platoon lead, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman assistant, grenadier IR, which means they have hunt IR rounds. Grenadier rounds you can fire into the sky. They deploy a little camera on a parachute, and that you can then interact with that camera. It has regular vision and night vision. Really cool equipment. Otherwise, machine gunner assistant, combat engineer, guys with explosives, light anti-tank, medium anti-tank 1, medium anti-tank 2. This is weird because it's showing them with Mazes, but I think they changed them out for RPGs instead. Interesting. Otherwise, recon infantry scout with the sniper, designated marksman, which for Blue 4 looks like it's going to be an SVD, and then the actual dedicated sniper, which that appears to be some sort of 338 platform. Crew leads, crew members, pilots, medics, and then the base kit. Loadout-wise for these guys, it's going to be FAMAS's, French stuff. Interesting, with HK-416s, Glock 17s for the secondary weapon. Otherwise, mini-me's for the light machine gun. Medium machine guns are going to get the FN mag. M72 LAT, light anti-tank's going to be there as well. Recon snipers. Okay, no, they get the T5000. Interesting choice there. Mark 14 EBRs or AS Vals for the suppressed shooters. And then the Scorpion or an HK-416. I would pick an HK-416 every time, to be honest, for the crew and aviation. Otherwise, looking at the crew-served weapons, Delta gets access to a mortar. All right. I'm seeing them jump glitch down there. See them flying around over there. I always love seeing people do that in the beginning because you don't take any damage. But otherwise, Blue 4, they get a T-41. They labeled it as a T-14, which threw me off for half a second, but it's a T-41 Melscaro. No weaponry, so it's purely a scout plane. So I said it was a combat plane. I lied to you. Anyway, 8 Land Rover transports, 1 UH-1H armed with 1,000 rounds on each side of 7.62 by 51. 3 HMG cars. It looks like it only has... No, it does have the front PKT as well. So 600 rounds for an M2 and 600 rounds for a 7.62 by 54 PKT. And then an early Mark 113 with 1,500 rounds of ammunition. Okay. OPFOR, uniform for them, is going to be militia kits. I just want to scroll down to see their marksman. I'm assuming it's going to be an SVD. It is an SVD. All right. The reason I look at that is because you don't see it on the loadout display. Otherwise, primary weapon is going to be the AKM. Secondary weapon is going to be the AKS. So it's a mix of 7.62 and 5.45. RPK-74s, PKPs for the support weapons, PM for the handguns. Light anti-tanks are going to be the RPG-26. Snipers are going to get the T-5000. Suppressed shooters get the choice of an AKS with 45-round mags or an AS-FAL with 20-round 9x39s. Magazines, and then crewmen get either an AKS or a PP-2000. Nothing for their CSW crew-served weapons. They get 4 transport hillixes, 2 Dishka hillixes, 1 PKM hillix, 1 BMP-1, which I thought was listed as a BMP-2, but it's going to only have a 50. It's going to have a probably a 14.5 millimeter. They're going to basically re-script it to be a BTR. With how much ammo, I have no idea. And then they also have an MTLB, which I swear wasn't in that roster list. So I think that roster list was completely wrong. No one on green 4. And otherwise, that should be that. 3 caches to defend. Across a massive AO. Holy shit. This is literally the entire map of Southeast Angola. Wow. Okay. No. There's no objectives to defend there. It's... Wait. Okay. Wow, this is a weird one. Let me explain. Op4 has to bring a lot of their forces in as QRF. Hey, DJ, how you doing, man? DJ is one of the map devs for Friday Night Fights. One of the major followers of Emzikov, who is a fellow Twitch streamer. Always great to see him around. Both of them, I mean. But otherwise, Op4 is going to be doing a large amount of QRF into this AO as well. Interesting. They do have a Cuban flag on it, which is a nice little touch, but all right. So Op4 only allowed to start with a limited amount of forces in the AOs themselves. They're already starting to dig large amounts of fortifications here to, my head's wrapping around this AO. I'm sorry, guys. It's just funny to see that. But they're going to put platoon lead in the Milascaro, which is pretty funny. But otherwise, we got Blue 4 attacking right here at this southern military base. Just weird choices today overall. But otherwise, let's go ahead and look at our roster here. So, Tender Baner, our ground 4, Blue 4 ground command. He's got Maz as his 2IC, Vagrant as the platoon medic. These three are usually the guys you always see command at least once a week. All three of them, Vagrant being the top dog. Tender Baner also taking that role more often. Maz, you don't see take the roles often, but he is, I mean, if you don't know Maz, let me show you who Maz is. He's the guy that makes all the freaking kits. He makes a lot of missions. He knows what he's doing, so good to see him on. But that's a good combo to see under the Blue 4 command team lead because they know how to organize a good plan. Otherwise, X-Ray being led by Hotkins with Bees as the medic. Agent, I assume, taking the sniper. Let's go down and look. Yep, it's on his back right now with that T5000. Confused Pupper being the 2IC with the FAMAS. Like Boss taking an AS Val. Benes also taking an AS Val. Interesting. Arcane leading Alpha HQ, Steve leading Alpha 1 with K, Bannister, Feli, as I call him, even though it's Leander, it's just where it cuts out. Pepit, which is Pepitco, but again, Pepit. Skip, and then Ace together. Astronaut leading Alpha 2 with Jacob, Tantal, Oli, Mech, and Mackenzie. Malin, so Scandy Recon's going to be on Blue 4. Malin leading Bravo 1 with Iander as AT, Nimia, Purton, Cindy, Nemesis, and Whiplash. I think Whiplash is the actual Bravo 1 team lead. No, Malin would be the team lead. Whiplash is the squad lead because he joined up on Bravo 1, so now he's on the bottom of the roster. Whew. Azariah leading Bravo 2 with Cullis, Infidel, Cass, and Dobbs under him. Goran leading a group from VOB here under Charlie 1. That has Mixa, Lazar, Sevtik, Cole, Ivan, Vakasin, and Boris together. Circles leading Charlie 2 with Dark Horse, Talon, Barnos, Koala, my bad, Mobilex, and Squeaks. And also, so they've grouped Scandy with Papega again. Interesting. With Novix leading Guy Fieri, Flux, Roster, Norris, Kane, Fred, Cakeyear, Band, Lurch, Riccardi, and Michael together. Hotel has Oddball, Korvac, and Jack together, and the plane's going to be flown by Stark with Wheaton as the 2IC. Now, quick thing to note. Papega and Scandy were together in the same round on Op4 last round. They're together in the same team, my bad. And they did win. Now, it's never a guarantee that if you have Papega and Scandy on the same side, they'll win. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think it was really Papega and Scandy being on the same team that won. 1 second. Sorry, replying to Falcon on something. I don't think it was that they won it for their team. I think that round was more of a loss because Blue 4 just didn't have enough people actually defending the objective because they had Green 4 out doing their own thing. But it's still something to know. Well, otherwise, they're going to be fighting Pierce, who is another good ground commander. He does have really, really, really weird strategies sometimes, and I give him a lot of shit for it. But don't get me wrong, he is still a good commander nonetheless. So, he's going to be leading Patriot as his 2IC. Ash going to be leading X-Ray with Banks. Gazag being the sniper. Banks being the medic. Tilster being, I believe, one of the suppressed shooters. Tackleberry going with an AKS. No, so Tilster's just the 2IC, but Tackleberry and Swola both going for suppressed AKSs with those 45-round magazines. I'm going to be honest, given the choice anytime, I always go for those 45-round suppressed guns because that's a lot of ammo to work with suppressed. And if you need to get behind a team of people and wipe them all with a suppressed gun, AKS with that 45-round magazine is your go-to. Kiri leading Alpha HQ. Falcon being in a vehicle crew, so he's going to be on a technical, probably one of those Dishkas firing. Mountain being the lead of, I think, Alpha 1 lead, so they merged Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 with Alpha HQ. But Green Thumb, Shy, Revanche, Seismo, Sol, Lolo, Olaf, Reapers, Wise, Galil, Nordic, and Sam all together for that full Alpha squad. Bravo appears to just be a team merged with leadership, so it's Despo, Timek, Albin, Sushi, Izzo, and Sayak. I always like to point these guys out because they play in OFCRA as well. So they're usually really good. Because they have play in multiple different PvP events. In my opinion, if you play across multiple different PvP events, you're overall a better player than other people that just play one PvP event. Otherwise, Mashador leading Charlie HQ, with Charlie 1 having Raz, Yod, Heffalump, Fusion, Omri, and Liam. Leon. Some people with their names, man. Every name has a story, but my god, do I suck at pronunciation. Saddam leading Delta HQ with Hunavar and Stattenberg together under Delta HQ. Probably as another vehicle crew. Looks like they're crewing the MTLB. That's what that symbol is right there. Matt is fine, leading Delta 1 with Beyond, K9, Lucas, Olivia, and Nick. Delta 2 being led by Azuki with Bert, Talon, Fonz, N1, and Azus. And then Patrick, Omega, and Raven are going to be taking the BMP. Alright, so the interesting thing about this AO is it's a 3-objective play. One objective is way to the south, closest to Blue 4. That's going to get murdered right off the bat. Blue 4, I just imagine, is going to swarm that thing. Op 4 has to desperately push forces to the radar base to hold that. But this first AO is just going to get slaughtered. Unless Op 4 sends something from down there to go push to it. Or if Blue 4 is super slow on their maneuvering. But I think this is just a sacrificial lamb piece. So Bravo just has to hold the line. Which, you know, they've got that group I was talking about earlier with Bravo HQ. They could do a little bit of stalling, but that's literally what this play is going to be, is just a massive delay push. Whoops, didn't mean to blind you all. Now, I'm just looking around for that cache. I would imagine it could potentially be in this little mud hut here. Yes, it is. So that's where cache 1 is. Cache 2 and cache 3 are going to be up at the radar base, as mentioned earlier. Again, over time, if one cache is remaining and Blue 4 is right nearby, which, you know, could be a possibility since the real main fight is going to be for this radar position. I'd imagine one cache is going to be in here. Yep. That is... I mean, the other one, I don't freaking know. The other one right there. Cool. I always like to try to guess some of the buildings before I give up and actually check, but... Alright, so they're very, very close to each other. But Op 4, I mean, a lot of flat terrain here. I'm going to be honest. With Southeast Angola and the other Angolan map, I've seen these AOs work both ways. I've seen the defenders be able to hunker down and hold open areas, but I've also seen the attackers just blitz through open areas and get right into the objective and, like, take it out immediately. And, I mean, the first round ended rather early. The whole reason we're still kind of, you know, within an hour and 30 minutes past this stream is because there's just a lot of transit time and a lot of setup time for the first round as well. But Op 4, they have a lot of forces they have to bring in from the outskirts as well, which is why this delay force is so important. But Blue 4 might just bypass that in an attempt to set up right here, blocking positions to stop QRF from coming in. But I think Op 4 is going to have more time to get there. This is a shorter distance than that is to there. So we'll see what Blue 4 decides to do. But again, Pierce is a bit of a wild card. I don't know what he's going to do. Falcon is on Op 4. So if you want to make the Falcon bet, feel free to make the Falcon bet. Again, Falcon, 15 kills last round, but that was in a vehicle. And you ran out of ammo and still died and his team lost, so. He is in this game, though. I don't know, guys. It's a tough call. I think it's leaning towards Blue 4, especially with that 10% number advantage. 3 M2 Land Rovers, a mortar, the 113, some really quick transport Vics to work with, the helicopter, a transport plane, which it's not really a transport plane, it's just a 4-man plane meant for recon from the air, but it's leaning, the advantages are going to Blue 4 though, but if Op 4 is able to just hunker down and hold open fields, they should be fine. Yeah, no, that is a good point. There is tension between Falcon and Pierce because Pierce has ordered Falcon to do some really interesting and questionable things in the past, in previous rounds. So I don't put it past him. But here we go. Plane immediately takes off. Hold up. Why is roster? Anyone coming back for him? No? Okay. Little weird. Not gonna question it. Got this really nice Blue 4 convoy going in. I don't know why there's someone unconscious already, but I think that, yeah, they're going to go for a bypass, go right for the radar base, because they see that this is meant to be a baited position, so they want to go for this area instead. Why are people getting out of this Vic? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God, what happened to Op 4? Falcon's dead. Falcon's dead. Oh no. Oh, no, the Falcon bet. Oh. Y'all betting on Falcon. Time to restart the mission. Yeah, right? What's that? Oh, the sarcasm. Sam pulling up to Falcon's body and going, oh, okay, he dead. So that's 4 vehicle kills.
I bet you're having a fucking fantastic time up here.
Oh, hi, Falcon. What happened to you, buddy?
So Lolo said, I got an idea, and then this was his idea.
I see. So, what was the idea, though?
I don't know what the idea was. That's a great question.
Okay, were you recording?
Unfortunately, actually, yeah, I was.
Can you send it to me, the footage of that? Because I want to clip that into whatever I utilize for,
I didn't even know what happened. All I knew was he was just like, and the next thing I know, my car just breaks, and then I'm standing next to him, I'm like, Lolo, you son of a bitch, and then it just explodes.
Well, Lolo's driving right into a Blue 4 force right now.
Oh, please kill Lolo. Please kill Lolo.
And
Yes.
they're shooting at him. And now Blue 4 is going to be able to successfully set up their blocking position because of this.
And they pinned the BMP.
They did pin the BMP. Do I have AT? It's Pepega.
Oh, yeah, there it goes. They have AT.
Machine gun fire going onto that BMP.
They killed the gunner. Gunner's dead with BMP.
Wheaton saying, if you die due to desync, please let staff know via the map staff report button. Falcon. Oh, he's muted himself. Anyway, BMP's broken through the line. There's still, I think, a MTLB back there. But yeah, Blue 4 able to successfully set this block position. Hold up. A truck has just drove in front of the BMP. And there is someone down in the BMP. Omega was turned out. He's dead. This has been an interesting round. Place your final bets after seeing the glorious Falcon explode.
I might get respawned, so.
Yeah, have fun.
I don't know how I should feel about that.
Go for it.
I don't know what to do. All the vehicle crews are gone.
Well, I'm sure you'll figure it out. Guys, the Falcon bet is still up and kicking. We got the T-41 flying overhead. The remaining OPFOR Vics trying to get to the radar station. I wonder if this means OPFOR is going to pull their force down from the south up north. But look at this massive amount of force that's set up this blocking position to the south, not realizing that they've been pretty much getting ambushed here. You got Scandi Recon driving around. And you still have this MTLB back here. With someone turned out. So the driver turned out. Hold up, the truck is... What's the truck doing? What? Oh, the gun's now shooting at the truck. I don't know what the point of that was.
I do want to point out...
He just killed someone in the truck. Amazing.
All of the Dishka Helixes are dead.
I know.
It's just the PKT.
It's amazing, isn't it?
They have no heavy weaponry now.
This has been a certified EU moment. Thank you, Dane. It's a good joke. well, Op 4 is broken through. I mean, Blue 4 is going to do a massive attack from the northern side completely.
Oh, I'm being respawned. Gotta go.
Have fun, Falcon.
T-Fart.
Blue 4 is probably going to be able to get to the radar position and take it out at this point because Op 4 is so poorly spaced out, not realizing Blue 4 is sent everything around this position at this point. I think the real defense is going to be for the southern position then, so this has just completely turned this entire AO on its head. And we'll just have to see how the rest of this goes. Now we're going to see a lot of maneuvering here. Maybe we'll see Op 4 turn their forces around to the north, but it's a tough call either way. We got Blue 4 right here. I think Op 4 is going to be able to get their VIX over without any AT harassment. Just trying to watch it from an above angle. Don't really see any AT out here. Yeah, there's nothing they're going to do about it. T-41 flying over above. A lot of Blue 4. Now we got to wait to see some maneuvers. All right, so an interesting start, guys. Leaning into Blue 4 for the finish, but Op 4 could still turn it around. We just need to see Blue 4 deploy their forces properly or not take too long. Otherwise, Op 4 could wise up to this plan and bring all their forces back around. Tough call. All right, just tying a few things up on the side. Really, it's this line of infantry, because, I mean, the actual defensive area is scuffed here. We're hearing some gunfire. That's the vehicles. They found a Blue 4 infantry group, and they're starting to harass them. Falcon attacking Blue 4 on the rear on foot. I honestly don't know where he is. Oh, he got respawned. He's been put in this bunker up here, and he just has a PP-2000. Oh. Oh, dear. What a gun choice. Otherwise, Op 4's vehicle's harassing this northern group. Blue 4 doing their best to roll away. This is Charlie 2. Haven't taken any casualties yet, but Op 4 is trying to pick them off with VIX. A PP in a dream. I think every man has a PP in a dream. At least, they start with one. Right? Bad jokes. Anyway. T-41 flying overhead. Whiplash disconnecting. He was part of Scandi. I don't know. Maybe one or both. I mean, yeah, no, it is a decent solution for desync instead of just restarting the mission outright. I do agree with respawning players if they desync into each other. Granted, it didn't sound like it was a desync issue. It sounded like someone did something that they weren't supposed to and killed a convoy issue. But I get it if it's desync, but if it's player error, then I would think the player error should continue and those people reprimanded on the side. But, you know, respawn the players, potentially give them the assets back and play on, but you can't change the effect that something like that has, you know? Alright, so UH-1Y turning around here. Taking a heavy barrage of fire. Otherwise gets out unscathed for the most part. Yeah, it's a T-41 Iceberg, but it's not armed. It's just meant to be like a scout plane. Thought it was armed, but they took the armed away. So we're seeing some Op 4 starting to move back to the internal defensive lines here. Another small group going around, but I'm just worried Op 4 is dividing their forces a bit too much here. Granted, this is a massive amount of force to coordinate to move in, but again, they're still very far off. They're doing their best to try to hit the plane, but they're just not leading. They're doing their best to lead, but it's just not enough. They're still just a hair away. Now I think this is just a massive question of, can Op 4 find where Blue 4 is coming from and redeploy their forces? Can Op 4 get small groups to start harassing the large amounts of Blue 4 moving through to the AOs? Can Blue 4 just steamroll how Op 4 is deployed and win this round in another 20 minutes? It's a tough call. I just hope Blue 4 is managing their vehicles well, because they're going to have to, you know, go take care of that southern objective eventually if they plan on winning. We might see a point of contact right here. And it is Pepega Pirates who excel at this type of firefighting, excuse me. And I think Pepega have spotted some Op 4 movement there, because they're looking in their direction. They're being incredibly cautious now. Some more vehicle fire. I think that's up at the Blue 4 air assets again, because it's certainly not this 50 cal car firing. Hold on, what's over here? Ah, it was Lolo's Vic, and they just got shot to shit. I think they got one kill, but... Oh, no, they've gotten a few. There goes the truck, and that blows Lolo up. Yeah, the issue about the Hillixes is they are literally glass cannons. 1 GL round to the engine, and it will eventually cook off. So I think they just evenly traded 2 for 2 here. Yeah, Circles and Dark Horse in exchange for Lolo and his battle buddy. There's been a few Blue 4 casualties all the way over here. When did these happen? Ah, those were when the Vics were driving by. They gunned down a few people as they were going. Falcon poking me saying, fuck, I might break the FNF record of deaths to 2. Because he got respawned, right? So he already has a death. Oh, Falcon. He's alone. And he's hunting Blue 4. And as I say that to the south, I think Bay just smoked a guy with his FAMAS. Yep, Pepega pushing these individual groups. It's not a good thing to have Pepega with Bay, especially pushing your position. Bay taking some damage from that grenade as he runs up to this tree line, checks the body. He's going to find Wise here. No, he glances over Wise. Goes to bandage. Cake here might end up right in the front of Wise's line. Wise is going to crawl into the bush and bandage. Flux running up to Olaf's position. Yeah, if Op 4 keeps sending small groups to try to halt this massive offensive, I don't think it's going to play well for them. Roster, meanwhile, spots Green Thumb over here. Might flank him, but run into Mountain. Flux finds Wise. Wise immediately starts firing into King. And he goes down. Olaf's up. He's looking for Arma Jesus here. Olaf now turning and trying to engage Flux. Flux outrunning those shots. Quickly tries to run to cover. Arma Jesus finding Olaf, flanks him, and he goes flying. And there are the double taps. I think Flux also got some double taps in there as well. But now Roster right on top. I forget who that was, but that was a trade. Roster could still wake back up, though. Falcon, though, alone with the PP-2000. He's got 82nd and 1 RCC members near him. But he's bush camping. That's a good bush to camp in. So, major Blue 4 group about to enter this position. Op 4 still completely out of position at this point. And now we got Op4 switching their defensive line. I mean, Blue 4 could just rush in and take the AO. You never see a rush play, though, because everyone's super cautious about it, but you might just see it since it'll be towards the end of the round. Roster fails his wake-up check. But, yeah, no, I could see Blue 4 just charging in there, especially if they commit everything here and to pull back. By then, I think Op4 should fold their forces back, but it's an interesting gap to see being put in. So this bunker, this is where Falcon was respawned to. It's now under fire by this northern group. That's going to allow time for Op4 to put their forces into the AO itself. Falcon has successfully let this force pass. Now, whether or not he turns around to start engaging them from the rear, it's up to him if he was paying attention. Op4 command is still alive. It's Pierce. He's by the objective areas. Bunker was at 4 people. It's down to 3. Trying to medic him up, but he's dead. Remember, if you cannot drag or carry the body, he is dead. That is the ace meta right now. Because that's the medical mod that a lot of people, you know, base the gameplay from. But Blue 4 getting right on top of this position. Op4 popping a smoke grenade out. Seismo looking out. They're making a run for it. They run immediately into Peridot, who takes Seismo out. Reaper now trying to hold. And Nemesis takes him out. That bunker cleanly cleared by Scandi Recon there. Falcon, oh, I think he hears the vehicle. He just doesn't know to push yet. Op4, meanwhile, what's in here? Just the BMP. I think Blue 4 has this at this point. Falcon now running with his gun on his back. He's going to try to follow the Blue 4 line, but there's too much Blue 4 for Falcon to make a difference, in my opinion. There's too much Blue 4. Op4's too spaced out. That 10% number advantage on Blue 4, even though there's a bit of a false start on Op4's side. They lost a few. Blue 4, though, were a little mispositioned, in my opinion. I think it's just... I think this is early GG at this point. Because look what Op4 is doing. They're literally combing their forces away from the objective, leaving it prone to what will be a vehicle rush towards the second half. Maybe if Blue 4 is able to snipe these 2 objectives and pull back, then they'll be more tactical about the southern objective. But if this gets to a nitty-gritty fight, these 2 Op4 groups come in, this fight takes like 15 minutes, you're probably going to see Blue 4 get desperate and just try to rush in instead. AT hitting the BMP, cooking it off. One person getting out and running. The other one wounded in the Vic. Falcon trying to get around Blue 4 here. We got Revanche on his own right here. He's in a pretty good flanking spot from this bush. Here's where the BMP go up in flames. Op4 now starting to route their forces around back here, but they're not going directly into the AO. Instead, they're coming around. That's going to allow more time for Blue 4 to get in. Again, one cache is right here. The other cache is in the HQ building. You got Scandi just pretty much getting right on top of this position. I love how they have a little rebel flag on it as well. Falcon desperately trying to chase behind a few Blue 4 guys, but that's just the tail element. And then you got Papega breaking in this line formation, just attacking hostile positions to deny them from getting into this AO. I think this is over. I honestly think this is over at this point. Malin getting stuck on the cache here. I don't see an explosive down on it. Oh, they're clearing the area. BMP cooks off a bit more. Gunner for the M113 just got killed. Driver still up. Oh yeah, no, it was a great play by Blue 4 to go all the way around and attack from the one angle Op4 wasn't expecting. I wholeheartedly agree. It was a great call. I just don't see how Op4 can bounce this one back. Saddam now in this AO. He's going to hold the cache site himself, trying to fire through the glass, but that glass is not, you can't fire through it. So he's going to go on the rooftops instead. Puts a GL, but it's lawn. It's way lawn. He was over range for that. Now he starts taking shots. He's got to be careful about putting GLs in there, though, because he might cook off the cache. Arcane now threatening Pierce. A little bit of an awkward bunker position. Arcane finds Pierce. And just shoots him like a dog. Okay, well, Pierce not really reacting to that one. Infidel doing the cripple walk up to Saddam. Saddam diving down the stairwell, not realizing he's under threat. And Infidel just sweeps him. And then Infidel sweeps Bird as well. What is up with Op4's reaction time? There's objective 3 down. Infidel sweeping objective 2 here. What is up with Op4's reaction time here? That's funny. I don't know if Pierce was AFK. Infidel now trying to mag dump. Blue 4 pushing. Patrick trying to get to this AO. Immediately takes fire from Goran and taken out before he can take out Pertner. I guess he was engaging this line of force over here instead. Falcon well on the tail here trying to fold in, but he's gotten himself an AK now, though. He picked it up from a body, so he doesn't have that PP2000 anymore. You're hearing mag dumping on this cache right now, but now how is Blue 4 gonna get to this cache site? This Op4 is completely out of position. Miska firing up at Iander, not realizing there's friendlies in this building at this point. You're hearing more gunfire. Falcon, I'm gonna be honest, not even he can kill all these people. There's Cash 2, he knocked Boris out. But now we need to see just a vehicle rush to this objective because Op4 are completely out of position. Falcon falling away. I think you realize just how many Blue 4 were here. You're seeing some Blue 4 now getting taken out by either friendly fire or crossfire. Who the hell knows? The plane is... The plane making an emergency landing. And Op4 now directly barreling back. I'd love to see the Huey just get on top of that AO, land, and take people out. Blue 4, I don't think... Because they think that this was such an easy fight, I think they're going to think that Op4 has fully fortified the final objective, so they're going to take it cautiously. There's not going to be any rush plays. But the Huey's going to fly over and not find anything, so the Huey might just land and take it out. Yes, Falcon, I did see that you died. I mean, Op4 is just getting their butts kicked here. Like, this has just been a slaughter and a half. Blue 4 didn't check that position. They're giving Op4 time to actually go and take it. We have a few Op4 stragglers around here, but just there's way too much Blue 4 here for these Op4 guys to really do anything. It's just a matter of, is Blue 4 now going to try to maneuver? We do have this Blue 4 Vic, but it's going north. I think just doing a patrol. Then you also have this. Did he just... Stark just killed the gunner by shooting through the back hatch with a 5.56 rifle. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I thought I memory leaked there for a second, but... Yeah. Okay. Okay, I guess that hatch isn't bulletproof, even though the armor for the rest of the Vic should be bulletproof. But no, we've seen in the past, in PvP, not PvP, in Arma 3 in general, that those back hatches do not absorb any bullets. They should absorb bullets, but they don't. It's a mess. Now I got Blue 4 just shooting everywhere here, being really confused. Cindy throwing a grenade. They're gonna blow Infidel up. Why is Scandy killing each other? What? What is going on? Why is Cindy all jumpy? See, I'm curious though. We saw that vehicle drive down. Yes! What are you shooting at? Just go. Just go. You think it's a defensive objective. You're seeing ghosts. I get it. But just go. Go. What is Blue Force seeing? And why are they shooting? What are you shooting at? There's no one here. You think there's people here, but there's literally no one here. You're about to be walked up on by some wild hyenas over here. They're named Banks and frickin' Tilster. And they're taking stamina breaks. Yeah, get him. Oh, man, he's winning. I don't know what he's shooting at, but he's winning. Oh, yeah, no, the Angola maps can showcase Australian terrain pretty well, in my opinion. Either do Angola maps or GOS. There's one GOS map that I've also used for Australia. I'm just blanking on the name. Emus in Angola, right? I still owe a few emu ops as well, but no, I think Op4 is going to have the time to get in and refortify because this recon team... I mean, the cache is in this hut. So if they're close with the 50 cal... They spot Omri running in. MTLB is being solo crewed right now. Blue Force slow on the advance, though. Cindy got taken out, I think, by Azus here with 4 kills with a PKB. And then Fonz 2 kills with that machine gun. Oh, hold on. Shut the door. Shut the door. Shut it and mag dump the damn cache. Why are you using grenades? Use your gun. Jacob, I love you. Jacob, please. Jacob, shut the door in there and just mag dump the damn cache. Please, I beg of you. Jacob. Jacob. Jacob, please. Just run in there and mag dump it. Stop using grenades, Jacob. I know you're new. It's okay. Grenades don't work on caches. Jacob, please. Jacob. Jacob. No, Jacob. Kill the cache. Oh, Jacob. Jacob. I love you, buddy, but... Oh, it hurts. Oh, that really hurt. Alright, this Blue 4 group's gonna get screwed. Now we're gonna have to wait for Blue 4 to regroup and push south here. He tried. He tried his best with the knowledge he knew on how to blow up the cache. So I commend him for that. I commend him for that. But someone needs to tell him next time, shut that damn door and mag dump it, because you will kill that cache in 2 boxes. What is the Huey doing? What? Shoot him! Someone shoot him! Why aren't you going back to ferry more people? Why are you just back there touching yourself? What? How is Stattenberg able to do this? What is this? I know they can't hear me. I like to pretend they can. Tactics. Well, Bees just took bullets. Yeah, right idea 2 minutes late. Exactly. Exactly. VDV tactic. You're not wrong. The really embarrassing part is that they're getting bitch slapped by a PP2000 here. You know, Calm Horizons, unironically, I do sometimes believe that. Hey, look. The chopper blew up. There could be an Op 4 clutch because Blue 4 just threw a shit ton of manpower away. Will it be enough? I don't know. But this is starting to make me mad. And what are the... Okay, no, these guys are going back to get their trucks that they left like 2 kilometers away. He can't keep getting away with it! This man with a PP2000 just stopped everyone! I can't chat. Yeah, it's... This is why people don't rush in FNF, because they don't know how to rush. And even when they do rush, people don't know what to do with the cash or the objective when they find it. And it's fascinating to see how this gets messed up. Now again, Blue 4 couldn't have known that the objective was completely empty. They should have flown their freaking helicopter overhead to check, but the helicopter decided instead to just rush it. Okay. Okay, we're making well, no, I don't know if... maybe, I don't know. Alright. Okay, Blue 4. Alright, we're seeing AT firing in here. They're firing at their own... Ah, but there's an enemy in it, that's why. Okay. Alright. Wait. No, it's Banks. Banks is hostile. Alright. Alright, we're good. We're getting somewhere. Blue 4's still in it. We have a smoke charge going off. I mean, more AT firing back and forth. That 50 cal is going to start cutting into people. We still have a few Blue 4 up here. They're grabbing their Vics. They're going to load up the rest of these guys and come in. Alright. Blue 4 is down, but not out. Bennis was alive, yes. He's now a shrub. I don't know why Bennis is a shrub, but he's a shrub, all right? Just let him do his thing. Oh, Bennis is now dead. Okay, well, he lost connection. 113 coming around. Blue 4 doing a massive infantry charge. Is Papega all dead? No, they're just waiting back there for transport. Okay, Scandi is mostly dead. Okay. Oh, we got Wheaton running in. He shoots at Sushi. He notices Sayek up here. Sayek bitch slaps Wheaton. Okay. All right. I was rooting for Blue 4 here, but now I don't know who to freaking root for. Oh, I was about to say, if that grenade bounced over the trench... Oh. Oh, ouch. Blue 4 have FAMASs here, man. Did Albin just... He's at 0 kills, yeah. Albin just got a double headshot. Amazing. Amazing. He just headshotted both a friendly and an enemy with the same bullet. Because they both just ran. Well, rest in peace, Albin. Stark is about to kick his ass, but wow, Stark can't land the kill. Okay. Albin, you're still... Okay, okay, yep, alright. Alright. Okay. This has certainly been a certified EU round of FNF. Stark now up here picking off more people with the clutch at this point. Knocking out 2, killing 1. Got Agent right here. What he's doing, I don't know. We got someone chilling in the gunner seat right here. Agent has a freaking sniper rifle. Oh, because he's X-ray. Oh, wait, yes. Look into the Vic. No! No, look into the Vic and shoot him in the back of the head. Oh, here comes Papega. Oh, Stottenberg. There goes Riccardi. No Vics. No Vics. I think that was friendly AT going into friendlies, but no Vics. No Vics, please. No Vics. No Vics, please. Agent found him! Agent found him and just executed him! Oh! Yes! Yes! beautiful. Oh god, and now they're mag dumping. Agent runs out. And I was getting shot at by friendlies. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, Flux. Flux, do you have something to make it go boom? Who has something? Kate Kira's machine gun. He can make it work. She's running back here. I think Blue 4 just clutched this. Barely clutched it, mind you. But they clutched it. There's the mag dumping. Yes. Just shoot it. Just shoot the damn thing. All right. That got way too freaking close. Op 4 still doing their best to pick people off. Lurch, he could drive around and then start mag dumping with the 7.62 because it's got a shit ton of ammo in there. I give up. I give up. He gets up and he starts running. And he just starts going. Okay. Okay. Appropriate ending. Sure. What the hell? Okay. Okay. I noted that timestamp. Don't you worry. I've got 5 timestamps noted so far. 4 of them were in that last round. Actually, I think all 5 of them were in that last round. We can go 1 round, I don't do anything, and we have another round, and I've got like 5 things to write down. Good God, welcome to FNF. All right, final intermission for the EU branch. And I might make myself some coffee. I'd like to thank the 163 of you for watching, and I hope you enjoy this final round. All right, let's see. What was the map? The map was Chernarus Summer. The mission. It's round 3. What do we got going here? Add sector sequential. Ooh. Op 4 is attacking. Blue 4 is defending. If no one's paid out the prediction, by the way, I'll do that in a second. Just give me a moment. Wow. Interesting lineup. Okay. Four is attacking to Blue 4. Taken in a certain order. Blue 4 has an M2 Humvee, 240 Humvee, and 2 static M2s, and a mortar. An M240 Humvee, 2 static M2s, mortar. While Op 4 has a 10% numbers advantage. 2 armed gases and an MI8. All right. That's all put down with Chernarus. I'm going to play this song for it. Yeah, a little bit of homeworld tutorial from the original OST. Because it's round 3, you don't know what the hell's going to happen. Whew. Matt's telling me he had to ground command the whole thing. That was certainly rough. But Blue 4 still won at the end. All right, that was a Blue 4 victory. I got a little worried, though, because Op 4 was starting to bounce back. But, ooh, that was certainly a toughie. All right, guys, I'm going to BRB just so I can prep myself some coffee, because I'm probably going to need it tonight. So just give me 3 minutes. Woo! Yes, the 240 Bravo is a general-purpose machine gun, GPMG. So, I'm out of milk, so I had to Americano this. I have no idea how this is going to taste, but it's my usual Korean iced coffee recipe, just with no milk. Tastes weird. Because I did use condensed milk, but I had to use water as the main component, and it does taste kind of weird. Tastes more like sweetened black coffee, actually. What's the difference in condensed milk and normal milk? So evaporated milk is just like concentrated milk proteins or something. But when you do condensed milk, it's when they add sugar. At least I think. I actually have no idea. Whew. But I'm going to be having this because, you know, we have to pay for pain in DayZ tonight. So I need to make sure I'm awake. Yeah, a lot of sugar, definitely. Scandi Recon number 1. Yes, I know, Nafs, I know. This is just to keep me awake for tonight's insanity. Whew. Here, let me quickly check the activity feed. All right, didn't miss anything for pay for pain. Excellent. Falcon just messaged me something. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's funny. And I hope he records it. Whew. You're taking 16 years to slot? I mean, yeah, I just ran up, made myself some bastardized version of Americano, and now I'm almost done drinking it. Whew. Have fun, Falcon. Because they're finally fucking done. Alright. There's that coffee done with. Alright. Let me put the prediction down. All right, guys, final round of the night. Let's go. Operation Devil's Lair. Fun fact, female cicadas have been known to confuse the roar of power tools. What? Uncle Barry coming in with an angry wee-woo emote. Yep, attackers have won the previous 2 rounds, so bet attackers, the Scandi Recon Papega combo has won both rounds, so if that continues, bet on that. Falcon has lost both rounds, so bet against Falcon. They confuse power tools with male mating calls. Okay, well, the more you know, I guess. Alright, Bloodwayne has my... Oh dear, I'm gonna have a lot to pay. She's using my card for groceries and gas. I'm gonna have to really step up pay for pain tonight, then. You know, I've had a random mood shift. I'm no longer feeling this song. Let's go for Snow Worries. Yeah, a little bit of action in it. Much better. Gonna have to turn it down slightly. I'm just trying to reflect it on the damn commands first. There we go. Perfect. All right, round has begun. Let's go ahead and take a look at everything here. with all that in regards. All right, briefing. Oh, is this going to be another classic airfield take? No, it's against the airfield. Okay, interesting. Excuse me. So, back to the mission briefing. Made by Despo. Background, Chernarus has been invaded by the U.S. Of course it has. After a few days of fighting, the U.S. Army has managed to get dangerously close to the main Chernarus airport. If the Chernarus Defense Force loses it, they will most certainly lose the war. Thus, the decision to counterattack has been made, trying to push back the Americans in desperation. Area of operations, forest, hills, open fields, and a big castle. Note, most buildings in the castle are destructible except for the one tower with the U.S. flag on it. Also, I recommend to use the briefing tables, mainly for Sector 2, as there are some things I added that are not on the map. So they have custom briefing tables that show the AOs, which are pretty cool. I think it's a script that's a derivative off of Sav's briefing table. How they were able to get those to be used without like them lagging out the server is beyond me, but you know, good for them. Maybe because they have things deployed to client side instead of server side. But anyway, off of that, as there are some things added but not shown on the map, those gridded lines that span across the map are meant for marking the current front line and have no impact on gameplay. Mission rules: make sure not to block any routes using fortifications, especially the castle. Good reminder, Despo. All right, add sector. Both sectors have to be taken in a specific order, so probably Sector 1 and Sector 2, but we'll see that on the map in a second. Mission variables: 1,150 meters of render distance, no magnified optics, no NVG equipment, and only 60 build points for the defenders, so a little under half of what the normal default value is at 125. Otherwise, since we're on Op 4's side, let's cover Op 4 first. Op 4 uniforms are going to be the modern Czech camouflage. Quick breakdown: we have platoon lead, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman assistant, grenadier IR. They get 40mm grenades that are cameras that you can fire in the air. They parachute back down, and then you can access that camera with the terminal. It has normal mode and night vision mode to view things from a top-down angle. Really convenient for scouting. Anyway, machine gunner assistant, combat engineer with explosives. Explosive choice being anti-tank mines, tripwire mines, throwable satchels or throwable charges, or they can just place those and set them off. Light anti-tank, medium anti-tank 1, medium anti-tank 2, recon infantry sniper, or excuse me, recon infantry suppressed. Those guys get the suppressed shooters. Designated marksman, so they have SVDs. I always note that because it's not saying in the loadout what they have. The sniper, crew lead, crewmen, pilots, medics, and then the base kit. Loadouts for these guys are going to be the SA-58 AK clone with 416s as secondaries for GL options. The CZ-99 is their handgun. The Mini-Me as their light machine gun. Medium machine gun is going to be the FN Mag. M72 Law is going to be their light anti-tank. Sniper gets the T5000. Suppressed shooters get a choice of either a Mark 14 or an AS Val. And then crew and aviation either get a Scorpion or a 416. Depends on what they want to take. Nothing in their crew served weapons assets. They get an MI8 with 2 PKT turrets meant for defense and harassment, but we'll see how that's used. MI8s, I would say the lowest tier of attack helicopter that you can have in FNF. Usually the better tiers are something like a UH-60 with the 134 miniguns, or a Little Bird, but you know, an MI8 just a big flying target with iron-sighted PKTs. Really hard to use. 4 camas transport trucks, 2 open-top gazes, and 2 armed gazes. Only with PKTs, the AGS is unscripted. So we ignore that part, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'm going to do this a little bit differently. Going up on Green 4, we have Arcane commanding, with Chaos as his platoon medic, Squeaks leading X-Ray, Grav as the medic, Falcon being the sniper, Barnes being the 2IC, Galila and Mobius being the suppressed shooters, Mobile being the suppressed shooter, Galil taking a suppressed Mark 14, Mobile taking an AS Val, Vagrant being Alpha HQ lead with Steve leading Alpha 1 with Tender Banner, Skip, Pepek K, and Ace Alpha 2 being led by Pupper with Agent Bennis, Leg Boss, Lavid, Hawkins, and Bees. Omri leading Bravo HQ, Bravo 1 being led by Mikesa with Korvac, Laser, and Zarko. Following him, Bravo 2 with Mashdor, Heffalump, Raz, and Leon. Charlie HQ has Arma Jesus leading with roster, I believe, commanding Charlie 1 with Michael Novix, Cake here, Flux, and Guy Fieri all together. Norris leading Charlie 2, not his machine gunner though, Bay being his machine gunner with N1, Sholand, and Tantal together. Swola leading Delta with Tymic leading Delta 1 with Izzo, Despo, Psych, and Sushi. Delta 2 being led by Banks with Gazog, Ash, and Tackleberry. Hotel 1, the helicopter crew is going to have Circles, Koala, and Talon under there. And you see these guys doing the enhanced movement jump circle. That's why they're like desyncing around the place. It's really because they're just flying. Otherwise, looking over at Blue 4, their gear today is going to be the Modern American Ranger kits made by Maz. Since they're American, I assume they're going to be using Mark 11s, 20-round marksman rifles. Yep, that is the top rail site for it. But otherwise, they're going to be having Mark 17 Scars. So 20-round 7.62x51 NATO rifles, as well as some Mark 18s folded in for GL support. Glock 17s as their secondary. Machine guns are going to be the M249 and the 240 Golf, respectively, for the light machine gun and medium machine gun, LMG and MMG. Light anti-tank is going to be the M136. Recon's going to have the 2010 ESR and a few different camo choices if they want. Otherwise, suppressed shooters get a choice of a Mark 14 or a SOCOM 16. Both suppressed 7.62x51 NATO battle rifles. Really just cosmetic. Some minor technical choices between the both of them. I've used both in the past. I don't really see a difference between either. It's just more of a stylistic choice. Otherwise, Crew and Aviation get a choice of an MP7 or a Mark 18. I'm not going to lie, MP7, usually a good choice. I'd say the best submachine gun that you can usually get in most Arma 3 matches. If you can't get a P90. I used to diss on the P90, but then I used the P90 recently, and my god, put a marksman scope on that thing, that bitch slaps. Otherwise, Charlie gets a mortar for Blue 4. Blue 4 also gets 2 transport trucks, transport Humvee that's unarmed, an M240 Humvee. Oh, okay, so they don't get... I could have sworn they had an M2 Humvee, but they don't have that M2 Humvee anymore on the list. And then they have 2 static M2... 50 cals with only 3 boxes of 100 rounds, so not a lot of ammo for them. But, yeah, okay. Because I thought Op 4 doesn't really have a lot, but now Blue 4 doesn't really have a lot either, but they're giving Op 4 that slight vehicle advantage there. So, alright, but Blue 4 still has their mortar. Otherwise, looking on the map here, Mountain is going to be commanding for Blue 4. Maz is the 2IC, Patriot as the platoon medic, Sam leading X-Ray, with Soul being the X-Ray medic, Kiri being the sniper, Lolo being the 2IC, which means Seismo and Revanche are going to be the suppressed shooters, both going with a SOCOM 16. Nordic Prophet, sorry, I just had a little brain fart there, leading for Alpha HQ, Stark leading Alpha 1 with Mackenzie, Fred, Olaf, and Wheaton under him, Malin leading Bravo 1, there's no Alpha 2, okay, no Bravo HQ either, alright, Malin, so Scandi Recon on Bravo 1 with, again, Malin leading Iander, Nimia, Pert, Cindy, and Yanni Finn, Bravo 2 has Nemesis leading with Cullis, Iander, Azariah, Dobbs, Cats, and Whiplash. I think Whiplash was the Bravo lead, because he has the slash in his name. And you just joined in the Bravo 2 instead. All right. Patrick leading Charlie HQ. Looks like they've merged everything together. So that has Cheese, Reapers, Raven, Omega, K9, Beyond, Nick, and Olivia. Delta 2 has Bert leading. Again, I think they've merged everyone. Hanavara, Zuki, Stottenberg, Lurch, Pierce, Saddam, Dranik. Wait. Drachen, my bad. Fonz, Wise, Firefly, Jack, and Azus. So, alright, looking at the roster here, a few things to take away. Number 1, Papega with, I think Bay was on this side as well. Norris, another noteworthy name. Falcon being the sniper. I don't see Stark. Stark, another really good player. But I don't see him on Op 4, so he's either on Blue 4 or he just dipped out after round 2. Blue 4 has Scandi Recon on the defense in a town, which is their preferred setting. And then beyond that, okay, there's Stark. Right, he's leading Alpha 1. Okay. All right. So noteworthy things, the attackers have won the previous 2 rounds. They both had Scandi and Papega attacking on that side. Falcon's been on the losing side twice, but he did really well in the first round and then choked on the second round. But then again, how the hand he was dealt, I don't think there was anything he could really do in that situation. Assets wise, this round has the least amount of armed assets for both, so it's really going to fall to the infantry gameplay. I'm a little worried because Papega on offense with people like Norris, Falcon, and Bay, I mean, that's going to be a tough card to beat. If anyone could beat it, it would be Scandi defensive in a town, but it's going to be a tough call. But let's look at Sector 1 here. Sector 1 is literally this militarized area with a few buildings that have rooftop access, or are just large in general with a lot of windows to overwatch open areas, which isn't a bad call there, in my opinion. And they're already setting the 50 cals up in high spots. We got a smoking building over here, probably got hit by artillery or something, but just has an ambience effect. But otherwise, not a bad AO, especially with this prison right here. Usually, when we see this type of building used in defensive AOs, it's a really tough nut to crack. But usually, the offensive force just swarms it and clears it out eventually. Especially if it's the first AO. So not a bad AO here, but pretty tough overall. How's Sector 2 looking? Because this was the one they said that they got to look on the SAV's briefing table. Wow. Okay, so right off the bat, we see some entrenched fortifications around to form an outer perimeter. Inner perimeter is Devil's Castle. And all of these things are destructible except the central one. So we could see satchels thrown. They got scaffoldings coming up to the side to get on the rooftop, and you got logs tipped over. So Blue 4 can just fully cover these these big open areas here. But everything's destructible except for this central area. Now, with it being a sector, though, it means that anyone in the sector that's on the defending faction can stay alive to stop the attackers from taking it. But there's a lot of places to hide in this AO, so Op4 needs to pretty much steamroll Sector 1 and then have a large number to defeat Sector 2 here. That's going to be a tough call, in my opinion. A little bit of desync on the server. 3 minutes remaining. I don't know. It's a really tough call here with that. I appreciate the front lines that were drawn, though. Op4 starting on the airfield area, though. This first AO is going to be the really tough one, though, because we have all these open areas around it. There's also some craters that I think are really going to help the attackers from moving in. Blue 4 doesn't really have anything good in defensive to hit those specific items, though, but there's still a few angles that we could see the offensive force come in. But I don't know. I think these craters are going to be a pretty good call here, but just all these open areas, Blue 4 could definitely lock it down, but it also depends on how much Blue 4 wants to commit to holding that AO here, whereas I'm just in a spectator camp, so it doesn't matter. You know, it's that DDoSer trying to get at me by getting on the server, and they're not going to get anything done, so unfortunately for them. All right. And they're extending safe start time to cover it. I mean, nice job, dude. Anyway, this AO, we have these open areas around it. Blue 4 is able to lock down the rooftops. The only issue I see is Blue 4 splitting their forces, going half and half to hold these AOs, and then Op4 defeating Blue 4 in detail by still being able to swarm the first AO and then being able to swarm the second. But if the first defense force is able to get a good amount of kills here, then Op4 is not going to have the numbers to take the castle, because that castle is the tougher AO out of these, where they could hide everything in. So if I were to put a bet down, I'd probably whatchamacallit, I'd probably put it on Blue 4. But Op4, they have a really powerful roster, so it could really go either way here. See, Blasty, it means I pissed someone off, because they've been doing this for about almost 5 weeks now. And I've pissed people off in the past, don't get me wrong. I just don't know who I've pissed off to the point they chased me through a shit ton of servers across 5 weeks, and they're probably going to do it for months at this rate. Like, they're dedicated. There's been no ransom requests or anything, so it's personal. And I have a few leads, but at the same time, I just find it all funny. It's not the Russians, though. We thought it was the Russians, but then we started noticing that they were using proxies outside of Russia. And then no one else was being affected. And there were people in Russia doing things much worse and much more pro-Ukrainian that weren't getting hit. So, you know, me being a niche target, no, it's, it's funny. I'm flattered by it, in all honesty. But all this means is I just develop a few countermeasures. They get around those countermeasures. I slowly just whittle things down, but, you know, we're going to start streaming OFCRA again. We're going to start streaming other events that were getting hit again. I just treated this as a break, in all honesty. And they're not going to be able to hit those because of the new countermeasures we put in, so they can try, though. I think me saying that kind of eggs them on. But yeah, by all means. It's a nice AO, but again, the first AO had really good AOs for the defenders. And I'm seeing really good AOs for the defenders here as well, but Op4, who were attacking, won that AO, but that was just by sheer numbers and a sheer misdeployment of defensive troops. This one, I think the defenders have the best chance out of all 3 AOs to actually win this objective. Especially when it's going to come down to the castle fight. So I'm actually really impressed that Blue 4 is going to commit like a squad and a half worth of dudes here to defend this AO. But I'm not sure if it's going to be warranted, you know? Yeah, and I was eyeing this freaking tractor as well. It's a pretty funny AO to have. Oh yeah, no, you're incredibly right. I mean, it just happens to be that way. I know, though, that I do piss people off. It's fun. Tom just shot me a message saying, hold this. Oh. He just, he's handed me his range card. Whew. Bizarre farmers markets, yeah, that just have a bunch of Ukraine, stolen Russian gear, derelicted Russian stuff. All right, a little bit of a spike there, but I think that's because a lot of people just decided to start sprinting when this AO began. But what are they planning? What are they planning? So Op4 might go for a massive push around to deploy from the north on this town, which granted, you know, that gives them a little bit of a tree line, then they can move building to building. I understand that. But Blue 4 immediately going for a push into the forest to stop any direct Russian force. But that means this force is going to be, that's an entire squad of Blue 4 are going to be put out of position. So we're starting to see potentially a few dominoes set up that we might see a repeat of round 1 where the defenders just have forces that are in really bad positions because of a bad foresight of events.
Team 6.
Helix, my man.
I Liru, wow, 28 months
You'll never
of my
believe what happened.
Gunflowers well.
You won't
Falcon.
fucking believe it. You won't
Falcon.
fucking believe it. You won't fucking believe it.
Falcon.
Go look at the group of people behind the hangars on Chinaris Airfield.
I see your dead body. Falcon. What happened? He left. Remember when I said bet against Falcon?
Arma is a efficiently no bug game whatsoever. I fucking love this game and it makes me want to kill myself every.
T-Far just got him. Helix, thanks for the 28-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, my friend. Hope you get a nice kick out of Falcon killing himself, but yeah, okay. If Falcon comes back, I'm going to tell him, yeah, maybe try dodging next time, Goober. But yeah, no, Op4, you know what they might be doing? And this is going to be really stupid, because every time I've seen an attacking faction try this on an ad sector that has to be done in a certain order, it always screws up. They might try to kill the castle area first, and then hit the other AO, knowing that they need to hit this AO with their full force because it's the largest one. Skill issue. Yeah, right? But yeah, no, give me an F for Falcon. Why not? Falcon and his nice little skill issue here. Because that's the second time he's died before the round began. The first one he was able to get a revive, but this one I don't think he is. But that's just funny. Yeah, so Blue 4 setting up a defensive line down here, but Op 4 just completely pushed around. They've got a helicopter that's dismounted over here. It's taken back off, and you got this force coming. They're totally going to try to backcap Castle. And with Blue 4 divided with this much force, they might actually succeed. But they know that if they can't even take the castle...
I'm killable. I'm back. Back to...
The admins revived him! Oh my god! Alright, Falcon uses hacks, confirmed. Alright, cool. But no, I do appreciate that option, though, where they now revive people that die in the beginning to, like, desync and funny bugs. Because, you know, it just ruins the experience for them, but now the admins are being nice about that. That's something positive I do like about FNF right now. Brand new change that we're seeing today, and it's working out quite well for them. But if you guys want, tonight, while we're doing the Pay for Pain event, I can talk about the whole DOS and DDoS situation, because I find it really fascinating. Because this means, based off of how it's all been going down, it means there is actually someone obsessed with me. And I'll explain why. Because in the honeypots we've set up, and what they hit and don't hit, it's funny, in my opinion. It's not, again, I don't think it's a Russian. And I'll give you my theories of who it is, too. Just to bring it up and put it out in public, because why not, you know? That'll give us something to talk about while we threaten the people with zombies down for Daisy Pay for Pain tonight. But otherwise, we'll save on that there. How much do you want for a sudden platoon of furries to appear and attack Falcon? We can do wolves. Eagle, the wolves are actually really cheap. You know, we can totally do that. So, I mean, 20 bucks would get you, like, I think 15 or 20 wolves or something. We want cat girls? Unfortunately, actually, Daisy does have an AI mod now, so I could technically give cat girls at some point, but not for this event. So we got 2 scout guys up here. But feel free, if you do exclamation point menu, you can see what we're already offering. But yeah, no, they're going to literally attack the castle first. I mean... In all honesty, I agree with that plan, but look, now we got X-Ray right here. This is actually a beautiful ploy by Op4. Let me explain why. Blue 4 is going to report they have contact. They're going to now think, oh, this is the main Op4 force. They caught them as they were trying to maneuver around. So that's going to make Blue 4 commit this support over here, perhaps, but they're not going to think they're going to get attacked. Only if this group gets attacked and they blow the whistle will they think that. But I just realized someone's unconscious over here. What the hell did Azuki do? Azuki fell. Okay. He just... Anyway. Well, he's back awake now, but he just did a kickflip while he was unconscious. Azuki is still alive and kicking, ladies and gentlemen. But this is a brilliant, brilliant bait strategy. Because X-Ray, they don't have to get into contact. Well, no, let me retract that. They have to get into contact, but they don't have to go for kills right now. They just need to stay alive and make Blue 4 think there's a bigger force at play here. So they're going to immediately retreat and then keep fighting. Probably in this tree line. or they're just going to keep running and force these guys to keep following them. Who's following them? It's Scandi Recon. Of course. The really hostile super force here. Ooh, Dobbs. Trying to catch Galil out of position. Galil running around on this side. Immediately starts scoping out, trying to find an angle on Dobbs here. Put some suppressed shots down. And he runs over on the other side of the wall. Galil needs to throw a smoke and pull away. Dodging GLs right now. Not a bad call. Got some suppressive fire going. This grass really going to help hide him. But now he needs to go. He needs to go quickly. If he has any chance of surviving. Ooh, hold up. These guys see this large force coming in? They might have, because they're hiding in here going guns up. I think they see some OPFOR crossing. Yep, a little bit of movement right there, for example. So now Blue 4 is going to know it's a bait play. Can they relay that in time, though? You got the Humvees coming back north. All right, yep, they're relaying it. Galil, though, he's screwed. Because he didn't move. Maybe his legs got crippled. He's doing his best to suppress, but watch what happens when you hold position fighting Scandi Recon. As to be expected. Shot in the face. We still have Mobile back here. Falcons come over here as well. He's trying to find some spots to snipe from, but without bipoding that sniper, it's going to be really tough for him to make those shots. You got the PKT now harassing this group to slow them down. That's not a bad call at all. But this is the main fight. If Blue 4 loses the castle, I think it's going to be GG, because Op 4, if they just steamroll it, Blue 4 have their forces too well spaced out, or too far spaced out, excuse me, to do anything about this AO proper. But look at this beautiful Op 4 deployment on the castle. Oh, man. And the opening shots are coming out. They're trying to pick off people on the castle tops as they're now trying to look up. Blue 4 putting their heads down as they are immediately suppressed. We got Marksman now and Scar 17 fire going out. Some good suppression, but again, this is all a ploy because of how Op 4 has deployed their forces in a near encirclement. By distracting these towers, they can allow for other sides of Op 4 forces to get right on top of the castle and move in. So this is really well coordinated. We got two Blue 4 guys back here that might be able to get behind this Op 4 line, but Op 4 have a really good vice grip on this AO. And they have a lot of firepower to now harass these towers and keep them pinned. This is a great strategy by Arcane. Now, can his manpower win this fight? Can they perform some good PvP actions here in the castle and secure it with minimal casualties? Or is this fight going to be an absolute slog? Because Blue 4, even with this, I mean, Saddam just got 2 kills right there. Blue 4 still have their forces pretty well spaced out around the castle. They've got them all in some good overwatch positions. Op 4 is doing their best to try to suppress them all, but you're seeing these elevated positions doing wonders for Blue 4 players right here. But even then, Op 4 just have the numbers to do this massive push. Look at these smoke charges here. Sorry to hear that, Corvo. So, I will also say this, because Nush is right. Op 4 is going to eventually take this castle. The question is, how many casualties is Op 4 going to suffer to take this castle? Because Blue 4 still have 2 squads worth of dudes that they can put on Sector 1. And it's Scandi Recon, which are their elite troops. So, how many Op 4 are going to die? And you also have to consider this. How many Op 4 guys with radios are going to die? because that's all going to be really important for OPFOR to coordinate their remaining forces to push that AO, because if 4 smaller weakened groups attack one at a time in the AO, then they're going to be very ineffective compared to the 2 forces defending that'll still be within radio comms of each other for Blue 4. Now, it was noted that these towers are all destructible, so I'm waiting to see OPFOR get explosive specialists up here and start throwing satchels at these towers to take them out. That's what I'm really waiting for at this point. And I agree with you, Wild Fox. It's to do a full encirclement and just charge from all sides, but also have elements be supportive and suppress the towers. I mean, they're starting to work. You're starting to see people picked off, but if you have some forces move in with smoke while other forces overwatch and keep the enemy's firing position secured, you can get your foot in the door with minimal casualties. Might even be able to pick off a few of theirs. But these towers, I mean, they're still going to be a big problem. Looking at the skull counts here, I mean, OPFOR is not getting out unscathed. We're seeing a few skulls here, a few wounded. There's some explosives going off. It was under a truck, though, and the truck didn't detonate. Huh. And you got that, the PKTs on that MI8 that can fly overhead and start shooting stuff. This mortar is also completely ineffective because OPFOR is now pretty much closing to CQC here. Blue 4 redeploying some of their stuff. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Arcane's in trouble. Infidels found him. Arcane immediately switching to the driver's seat. Falcons died.
Fucking boring round.
Well, I mean, you had the boring job. Look to the north.
I already ult that forward on my open up your stream.
Oof, alright.
I don't know. I fucking somehow 3 headshots. It's not enough for 338, but you know, I guess it's sideways today. It's only the crew.
OPFOR charging up these towers. Taking casualties, but they are starting to put pressure. We're seeing some Blue 4 guys getting picked off here. We still have a Delta force up here that's completely ineffective.
It was a shit map to snipe on anyway. Like this double castle was an ass.
We have mortars firing. I think they're going to the north here. So they're trying to range the one group that's still harassing them from the outside, but now we're starting to see the skulls starting to pick up, especially with Pepega. A lot of forces under Charlie have gone down, and those are the elite troops for OPFOR. So if Blue 4 can continue to hold and get a massive amount of kills here, that just might be what they need, but they are going for an entire castle clear, though. That's another issue. If this sector was active, they'd only need to kill Pearson Burt to take this objective, and they can move on to the other sector. But because the other town needs to be taken before this sector opens up, oh, a lot of OPFOR just went down right here as this building cooked off. Oh, God. A lot of bodies right there. OPFOR have the grueling job of trying to take every little thing, otherwise they're getting shot in the back, but they are starting to get cut down pretty hard. Blue 4 sending in a little bit of QRF from those Humvees to now come in from the outside. I think OPFOR's in a lot of trouble here. We still have some few dudes on the outskirts. They're not going to be able to do anything, though. Blue 4 might actually be able to hold. Because OPFOR they've taken too many casualties. Look at all those skulls. I think this is GG. I don't think OPFOR have the number anymore. Because you got to consider, again, there's a full squad and a half already on that other sector. Blue 4 still has about 8 to 10 dudes in this sector. OPFOR around 15 to 20.
OPFOR Platoon HQ is dead, by the way.
Yep. No, he's not. Arcane was able to drive away.
Oh, was he?
Yep. Infidel put a few shots on him, but he was in a Vic, and then he just drove away. Some mortars going to the north. They're short-ranging it just to see if they can catch anything out of position. But Blue 4, because they're still in these heavily entrenched positions, OPFOR has no choice but to assault them because the sector's not active. They were really going for this castle to have less defenders. And then they could back cap. But I said this when we were putting all this out. Oh, Blue Force actually blue on bluing because they don't realize that some of their forces are coming in from different angles here. But... oh. Again, I've never seen a back cap strategy in a sequential ad sector mission work in the attacker's favor. Every time I've seen the attackers go for the sectors out of order, they lose. And this is just going to add to that example. Even though, in my opinion, it was a good idea, but Blue 4 were just, you know, too fortified on these towers. Op 4 should have had that helicopter in support as well to suppress these towers as well. It wouldn't have probably lasted, but at least they would have been able to, you know, keep these towers down. And even then, they should be helping. Instead, they're flying around over there, so I don't even know why the helicopter's doing that. But, I mean, Op 4, we're down to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the castle. Blue 4 coming around, too, with their suppressed gunners here. Revanche just got his first kill. It's a cute little cave complex. Wow! Great shooting here. My Seismo getting a double kill, causing both of those Op 4 guys to fly away. But it's over. In my opinion, it's over. I don't think it was a lack of recon. I think it was just a lack of utilizing that helicopter, but also, again, because you can't take the sector, you have to focus on taking that entire castle, and Blue 4 has it well fortified. Op 4 did a great job of assaulting. Don't get me wrong, they got all the way up to some of these towers and dealt a good amount of casualties, but it just wasn't enough. This is a really good defensive AO here. The one saving caveat was only a portion of it is in the sector itself. And again, it's only been Pierce and Burt who have been in that sector this entire time. But again, because they're trying to back cap because they haven't taken the other sector, it forces Op 4 to have to clear everything out for this attack to be worthwhile. And it just didn't work. When it came down to the close CQC, Op 4 was able to hold their towers because they spaced out their forces really well. And it just wasn't enough. Yeah, right, just spot people hiding behind walls. Easy game. Now you got them firing up. I really don't understand what that MI8's doing at this point. More mortars slowly moving to the rest of Delta's position. You got 2 members of Charlie coming up here. A little bit of recon, but this is GG. Yes, Blue 4 held, not Op 4. My bad, if I misspoke. Now you got... I really don't understand the point of that helicopter. He's stuck. Jesus, Seismo. He got stuck moving on the scaffolding texture, so he couldn't maneuver. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, no, I mean, priority target for that aircraft should have been taking out this artillery position. Granted, it's been a bit useless, but just goes to show that PKT should have focused on the towers. Now you got these Blue 4 guys coming around. Just took out one guy. Mortar landed a little to the left here. Looks like one Blue 4 guy was just taken out by Tackle. Patrick's moving up. He's on 2 kills. Righto, Falcon. Taking all the ammo out of the base. Okay. Falcon, I will say this, though. If you're coming to pay for pain tonight, don't bring stuff because everyone starts with the same gear. So don't take the ammo because you're not going to be able to use it. Yeah, everyone starts with the same kit. So anything you bring is going to be put in a locker. Everyone's going to be given the same thing. It's what people voted for, Falcon. I'm sorry. There's a shit ton of caches in the AO, though. There is. I think there is a Scar H in the AO in a cache somewhere, but you got to find it. More mortars. They're landing it close, but it's over at this point. I mean, just look at the skull count here. They still have Delta 1. Why is Delta 1 in a truck all the way over here not committed to the fight? Maybe they were supposed to be the force that went into... I don't know.
Send in Goat Team 6.
Drunk Firebear, thanks for giving Falcon a sub. Hope you both keep enjoying the operations, both watching and playing, and I hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario. Is shooting someone out of reflex in DayZ pay for pain considered PvP? Yes. If you maliciously do something to another player, it's considered PvP and it'll get you disqualified. Now, if you throw a grenade at a group of zombies and another player happens to run on top of that grenade and die, then it's fair game. But people, we're literally, the only reason the settings are the settings for this event is because that's what the majority of the players voted for, you know? You got Skip over here. In a 1v1, he wins his 1v1. The other Blue 4 guy, Kiri, gonna come around and take him out. And I've got some people to add to the consent list because they DM'd me. But let me check the RSVP list right now because I had 23 people that wanted to show up. I asked for a final RSVP check. And we are up to 13 people. I have 24 kits pre-made, though. Ooh! Ooh! Oh, Kiri! Kiri, you ass! 3 kills with the frickin' 338. Ouch! See, what is the freaking MI8 doing here with the PKTs harassing this AO? It should have been helping with the damn castle. I don't get it. This is over. Op 4 outnumbered like 3 or 4 to 1 at this point. Exactly, you just hear the pew and it's like, oh, GG. There he is. And now they're firing mortars to the south. It just goes to show, though, Blue 4's communication is completely cut off at this point. But all Blue 4 needs to do to win is hold Sector 1. If they can hold Sector 1, they're fine. Ooh, blue on blue. Remember, kids, friendly fire isn't. He's friendly wiggling right now. Looks like they stopped after realizing he was a friendly. At least a little wiggle of head left or right makes people rethink their actions. Op 4 doesn't really have any manpower left. They have a full group in a car. They have a little bit of their X-ray left, and then a few dudes to the north, and then the MI8, and that's it. They literally have, I think, 12 dudes, whereas Blue 4 is up to like 20 to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, they have command in the helicopter as well. So they're up to 16, but Blue 4 is up to like 30. So it's more of a 2 to 1 ratio, but Op 4 is also heavily spaced out. They're going for a landing. Not sure if they got hit or not, but the engine still sounds fine. So I think their main rotor got hit. Their engine was fine, though. So that's why it was going down. Falcon, I have Master Chief Collection. I've just never opened it because I've never had the damn time. Yeah, it's nice to win. Now, if you're not even playing, you just bet Scandi Recon. Bloodwind's texting me from the grocery store. All right, chat, what do you want to talk about? Because it's pretty much over at this point. We got 20 minutes left, but it's over. I don't really see any upsets happening because they have to fight Scandi Recon in full strength in round 1. I just don't see it. Pickle delivery service in DayZ when? Maybe as a meme. Yeah, I genuinely don't know at this point. Scandy's Blue 4. Yeah, Blue 4 is winning, Sev. You're fine. If you bet Op 4, I think you're screwed at this point. But, like, even then, we have, the Delta 1 car is now going all the way to the south. It's so weird. All right. Maybe they're gonna rush in from the south? Yep, that's exactly what they're gonna do. They're coasting as well. All right. Shots north. That might be the two Op 4 guys. Maybe taking long range fire. So what's your opinion of an updated infusion engine being used to make the next Arma game and likely any future Armas? I know a lot about that, actually. And Bohemia doesn't like that I know a lot about it, apparently. So there's currently a game being developed right now called Arma Reforger. It was announced on a public Twitter post about a year ago. Oh, God. That man immediately annihilated. That man immediately... Oh, more immediately annihilated. Woo. 1 second. HE going in. And yeah, like I said, it was just a prank, bro. Chill. Delta Farce. That's a good one. Sushi literally ran all the way back here. You still got Timec up here, but ooh. More people being deployed on the left flank. You have these two guys starting to infiltrate into the area here. But as I was saying, it's called Arma Reforger. It showed a few pictures of a map called... God, it was an Arma 1 ported map. You see it in Cup. The name escapes me. But it was pictures from the bottom right part of that map. It wasn't Everon. I want to say Nogovo? Does Nogovo ring a bell? It's the island that has that bridge in the middle of it on the southern side. It's got on the top right, those mountaintops on the top right of the map. It also has that island with an airstrip. It's got those deserts on the bottom left. Is it Nogovo? I think it's Nogovo, but showed some images from the bottom right area of Nagovo. It's not Serrani. Serrani doesn't have... It's not Serrani. Oof! Does a little hand wag, ragdoll. But I'm pretty sure it's Nagovo, now that I think about it. Because I've done campaign work in Nagovo. But it showed some remastered pictures of Nagovo in the Infusion engine. And it had the caption Armor Reforger. And the reason Bohemia is mad at me is because when I hosted Splendid Squad back in September, I put that in as a meme, as an objective for the Splendid Squad to capture, was information about Armor Reforger, and I made Drewski freak out in excitement about it. But it was public information, and they're mad because I advertised it that way. But as far as I'm aware, that's going to be their next big project for Arma, as they, whatchamacallit, as they bide their time with the creative DLC program, the CDLC program. And that's going to be a test run for Arma 4. Well, Dan, that's another story entirely. This is just what I've heard through the grapevine. But I don't blame the non-vetting for happening, because to the people it went to, I don't think they knew that they were supposed to be hush-hush about it. Because, let's put it this way, because I don't want to potentially piss anyone off when I say this, but when a company wants attention on something, they'll put Twitter posts about it. They'll get people hyped up about something. But when they want to then potentially backtrack it to make it secretive, because maybe they want to now be a surprise for whatever reason, because they have a different change in direction, they will pull back on everything and not speak about it at all. Because they said Armor Reforger was merely a tech demo. But anyone who's been keeping up with Arma and Bohemia knows that that's not a tech demo. That's gonna probably be like a full-on thing. But no publicity is bad publicity. Yeah, I mean, I'm walking a tightrope right now because I don't want to piss anyone off, but let me put it like this. There's people that I would always talk to about stuff. In terms of things like these. And suddenly, one of the topics that we would talk about, Armor Reforger, was now something that no one wanted to talk to me about. That's how I kind of know something's going on, because they probably had to sign a bunch of NDAs going forward with it. And of course, I don't push. But it is important to note that, hey, if all of a sudden people aren't allowed to talk to me about public knowledge, that means they probably know something that's going on, which means I can't, which means something is going on. But again, that's part of the meta of everything, but this is me just stalling time to watch Op4 die at this rate, because they're just getting their butts kicked. But Barb, thanks for the raid. I'll see you for the NA branch, buddy. Large intellect, Liru. I mean, it's just deduction. And the really funny thing is this is all based off of a Twitter post. That was public knowledge. I mean, hell, I'm gonna Google it right now.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah, people are putting videos about on Armor Reforger as well. Since 2021 and 2022, the latest one I see here is something in February 18th. Someone going through the information there. And there's information out on Armor Reforge right now. So, yeah, like, it's public knowledge at this point. But now that they're being really hush-hush about it, I would expect something soon. Probably within the next 1 to 3 years. Hey, Scott. And RSM, thanks for the 4-month resub. Welcome back. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Op 4 is down to 4 dudes. One of them died up in the tower. Looks like they got a few kills up here. They knocked Blue 4 down to 3 guys, which is great, but this will be over in 11 minutes. Ooh, excuse me. It's apparently for both console and PC. Yep, that's no surprise there. You know, Arma, I think, does have an Xbox version. Or, no, I think that's Arma 2. I'm not sure if I don't think Arma 3 had an Xbox version, but Arma 2 definitely had one. So I'd imagine, because DayZ, I think, does have a console version. It's the Infusion engine. So I'd imagine they would, since it's also Infusion engine, they would have a, whatchamacallit, an Xbox console release as well. Now, here's the really funny thing, in case there's anyone reporting to an ARMA executive right now, because I have had these conversations, and I have, on 2 separate occasions, when I talk about ARMA stuff, gotten a message from someone close to the company, or tied to the company, telling me to shut the fuck up, which I love. Here's how you get me to shut up. And I tell them this every time. Make me sign an NDA, and I will shut up about it. Let me know what's going on. Put some legal paperwork on me, and I will shut up about it. Guaranteed. But they won't. There was one group of people within the whole Bohemia circle that made me sign an NDA after I predicted a few things. Never spoken about what they were doing since. And that's been going for... Well, actually, I can't even tell you when I signed that NDA. So, yeah. Wink. NDAs, man. Until I sign one, I can openly speak about what I think I know. Now, ND's nuts. Here's another thing I want to talk about, though. Arma expansion, or excuse me, DayZ expansion recently released an AI mod. Oh, who is that?
Are you live?
I still am live. Yes, Patriot just got a sniper kill with the T-5000 and just freaking double tapped 2 dudes. Holy shit. All right. Now he's getting shot at in the ass and knocked out by the remains of X-Ray. But who is this with me in the channel now?
That's Akor.
Who?
Let you. Akor.
I must be drunk right now. Can you say it one more time for me, please?
Akor.
Arkor, how are you doing, buddy?
Pretty good.
Sorry, we were just talking about NDAs and Arma Reforger while we were waiting for Op 4 to eventually attack the remainder of the AO and all die out.
Did someone say NDAs?
Well, here we go. And now everyone's in this channel.
I've just been lurking here.
No, you've been circling overhead like a hawk.
Send in GOAT Team 6.
Drunk Firebear, Game SL, Dream a sub. Thank you to you both. Hope you both keep enjoying the
buddy.
operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Still have 8 minutes here. AT going up, but yeah. Oh, shit.
Roller coaster of emotion.
Well, yeah, so, Wild, I will say this. The original plan
I got
for
desync
Arma
off this.
4 has gotten completely
Yeah,
off the rails because of a few company
They push
decisions
doubles
within
count
Bohemia.
The answer is
I don't really speak about that anymore, though, because it's all old,
I'm trying
you
to
know,
ask you,
not going to
Liru
happen
thing.
anymore.
Who's winning?
Who's winning?
How's the third round been? Who's winning?
Blue 4, decisively. This has been the first round of the night where the defenders are probably going to win, if not completely. Round 2 was a total stomp out, but it got a little dicey in the end. Round 1 was, should have had the defenders win, but they made some pretty dumb calls.
Always comes down to the plan. 9
Yep.
out of 10 times.
NA and then pay for pain.
hey man, I got 15 kills. It wasn't enough. I did run out of it.
Falcon, I told you, it's not about kills.
No, you never said shit.
Falcon, you keep cutting off before you can finish your sentences. Don't underestimate the
You
big
never said anything,
PP2000
Arkor. What do
energy.
you mean?
But yeah, the genius behind what Bohemia is doing right now, though, is Arma Reforger is going to be the pet project to
Naps.
give them the
Not like
experience
the-
to use the Infusion engine and to develop something with it, and then they can use the knowledge they gain
No,
from
I'm not going to
that
interrupt.
to then program Arma 4. Or
Okay,
even as
so
a
I'll see
basis
you guys.
for it as
Have a
well.
good evening.
You too, Arkor. Thanks for dropping by. Originally, it was going to be with the DayZ crew, but a lot of the DayZ people left to pursue other projects. And I think the people that left that studio made a new studio, and now they're coming out with another game. So... But with Reforger starting as a quote-unquote tech demo, I'm not sure if they even planned a few years ago to have it in the first place. They might have been. Grenade blocked out by that tree. He's friendly wiggling him because they're confused, and now they all just circle and eliminate that one guy. All right, last enemy is in Delta 2. He's got 5 minutes to do something. It's Banks, who is up 3 kills, and he's taking an enemy 416 with a GL attachment. So let's see how he does. Is he going to be able to win this? Absolutely not, because 5 minutes to take that sector and the other sector, no way in hell. And again, Blue 4, I mean, they're outside of that one sector. Is there a Vic in here for him to somehow kill 5 people and then drive up there and take the sector after blitzing in? I don't see one. Therefore, it's over. Literally, Scandy just charged up there. Whew. But yeah, it's going to be a fun day. So again, we're going to be taking a break. FNF NA starts in an hour and 15 minutes. I'm just going to mute myself. People keep jumping into that damn channel. I don't mind, but literally like 5 different people over the past 20 minutes have gotten in there. So NA is going to be in an hour 15. And then we're going to be covering rounds 1 and 2 of NA. And then we're going to immediately go right into DayZ prep for the Pay for Pain. Reservations are up for the Pay for Pain event. We're already starting to list a few things down. I can show you a little bit of behind the scenes as I set it up, and then we'll start it officially at 11:30. And we'll probably be done by 1 p.m. How does DayZ Pay for Pain work? Simple. You pick stuff on the menu. You shoot me the money through a donation. You can write down what that donation's for. I then either, if we're in the event, I then spawn it, or I put it on the reservation list, and while we're setting up, I have it all pre-spawned. Righto, Scott. Thanks for dropping by. Good night to you as well. Now they're all just suppressing poor Banks here. You're going to see all these Blue 4 forces start running down to suppress him, but Banks is in hell at this point, 3 minutes. Don, if you're here, pay it out to Blue 4, because there's no way Banks can make this. Simply because of the sectors. So. Whew. Thank you, Don. Unless there was another one of my moderators that did it. Thank you to that moderator. What a messy round. Here it is. And there it is. Op 4 eliminated. All right, guys. We will be back in an hour and 15 minutes for rounds 1 and 2 of NA and then Pay for Pain. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. If you want to put some reservations down, DM me on Discord or wait till we do NA. Otherwise, cheers, guys. Have a good one, and go operate operationally.